Are we back? We should be back. Everybody say hello. All right, we back. And YouTube should be back too. Okay, good. Hopefully that fixes it, because, I don't know. Maybe I just need to do a whole ass reboot on my computer. Hey, Jay versus. Welcome back, guys. Give it a minute for the bot to rejoin the chat, and then everything should be running smoothly. In theory. Hey, Drac, we are live. And I've got, like, just a few minutes. I'm sitting here yapping about bots and trying to get my chat squared away, and I need to go do the things that we have to do before maintenance hits. Like, donate gold. And oh my god, get my dailies done. This is gonna be a little rough. Sorry, Raid had me sucked in like all freaking day today, so I am really behind on my dailies. Let's find you 10 quick battles here. It says Botrix has been added to the YouTube channel, so let's give it a minute and see. It should be working soon. It usually just takes a minute to work. Are you the one playing Wua? You're probably thinking of Genazod. Genazod's the E7 streamer who jumped over to Wuthering Waves. How's it going? What do I think of the update? I rate it Skystones out of 10. That's the phrase of the day. This is Skystones out of 10. Why did I start another game? Because there's no content in this one. When there's content in this one, I'll play this one a little bit more main. Now it's a side game because there's no content. Rip Jenna on Wua event today. What happened to Jenna on the Wua event? He got first rounded. Ooh. Brutal. He is very competitive. He probably acted like it was no big deal and was fuming inside. How compete in PvE game? I don't know. I haven't played Wuthering Waves in a while. How do you guys compete in Wuthering Waves? Is there maintenance today? Yes, in about 20 minutes. Get your Guild Wars done. Just kidding. There's no Guild Wars this week. But yes, there's maintenance in just a few minutes. So finish up your attacks. Get all of your daily stuff done. And let me see. Let's just set some we don't have a lot of time, so we'll just set some fast background battles. That's not a fast battle. This is a fast battle. As long as everybody's got the right artifacts, you are in good shape. You are in shambles. Where is your Warhorn? You're on Warhorn, right? Right. I think I fixed this so you could be on a plus 15 Warhorn and still have it work. That one. And you are on... Oh, no. You are on the plus 15 Warhorn. Sheesh. Oh my god, where did it go? There. And Ross was on the... that. Okay, if I am right, this should 100% clear. Man, is my bot really not going to work today? It's such a pain in the... Let me drag YouTube chat over here where I can see it. Give me a second, guys. Okay. This bot's been working like all week, and just right now it's decided to be an asshole. It right here. Can I make you guys bigger so I can see what you're saying? No, because that would make sense. There we go. That works. Okay. Rem naked? Nah, there's no way. Fuck, Rem's naked. Yeah, because of stupid heckin' Hall of Trials. Let me see. Hey, Professor Dritz and Tuggle. Struggle, thank you for the 4 months, and Professor, welcome. Thank you for the new Prime sub. You guys rock. Thank you so much. Let me see. Manage. Destro. And it's probably on Tori, right? Probably attack. There it is. 69. Nice. How have I been? I've been pretty good, man. Been busy. It has been crazy busy. Ken died super fast. Ken's fine. He only needs to survive 1 round and then it's over. Greetings, Ling. It's been going good. I want 5K Mystics for no Guild Wars for a week. Hey, good luck with that. We'll all get compensation here soon, but it ain't gonna be 5K Mystics. Is there maintenance tonight? Yes, sir. In about 17 minutes. Pow. And then 1 and 2 and 100% guaranteed dead wyverns. Easy game. Okay, so this is going to work. Get that in the background. We'll feed it enough stamina to make sure it keeps going. That'll get me the last of the rewards. And remind me to turn this bullshit off before we go into maintenance, because it breaks my game. Man. So much going on. Put this over here. This down here. Hang on, there's got to be a better way to do this. Anyone joining today? Yes, Sue will be here in a few minutes. Everyone else got busy, so it's the 2 guys surprise. By that I mean there's 2 guys. Surprise! Can't wait to re-gear my account for the new Guild Wars revamp. It's good we have free unequipped this weekend to do that. I am cautiously optimistic about the new Guild Wars. There's some things about it that give me genuine concerns, but they say they did their research. Would I recommend... What the fuck is a Teayu? To a turn 2 ER gamer like myself. Oh, you mean the new ML Teayu? Are we really calling him Teayu? I would recommend you don't touch ML Teayu until we've got some testing under our belts and we see if he's a viable unit. And I still say the same with Candy. I dated a stripper whose friend was named Candy. Ugh. Still better than what you guys decided to call Sirmia. Ugh. Suck you was too extreme. Oh shit. Ooh. All these BBK teams. I don't like any of this. Oh crap, I took Says. This is gonna be a problem. That's okay. Surely we're fine. Surely we're fine. My favorite was still Fapton because the freaking GMs said you are not allowed to call her that, and the community was like, "You're not my mom," and they were everybody was like, "I've never seen a name get locked in so fast as when the CM said you can't call her that." Okay, we'll curse this. And then we will blow up this. Dedge, holy sack. Pop. Okay, child does child things. Oh my god, is she gonna survive because of that? No, good. That's fine, we don't care about that. We just get lucky in this hits, right? Coin toss. Oh, fuck, it missed. Well, it was a good run. We had a chance to win if that had killed. And of course he counters because it's Mort. Anyone know who can counter pushback? Nothing counters pushback. Ram. Okay, you got me there, Ram. Oh, boy, I don't think this kills. It kills! There's no way, right? I've got no attack buff. There's no way. These things are just too damn tanky. The only option I got, though. Oh, rip. Oh well, it was a good run. Mort dodging screwed it. What's been announced for this week? Just stay tuned a little bit longer, Potato. When Sue gets here in about 12 minutes, we will go over it. Okay. What would be a good team to set on fire? How about this? Oh, no, wait. You know what? We'll set this team on fire. Oh, good. That's done. That should give me my last reputation. Oh, what? What? Are you shitting me? Oh, we'll get it with the arena. Give me a second. I gotta burst a couple arenas to get my 50 Sky Stones, so hang on here. Challenge. Quick match. Yay. Can you be slower, game? I've only got 11 minutes. There we go. That got me the points. 50 Sky Stones, please. Thank you. Oh, just 30. Did I do my summons? I did my summons. That can be done. I'm out of stamina. Damn, 1 stamina. Let's go murder something. Can I hook you up with an auto shop refresher? Officially, no. Unofficially, I might know a guy who knows a guy. But yeah, we're definitely going to set this team on fire. Where is he? There we go. Kill it with fire. Everyone say bye to Tori. She is leaving. If you did not get your Tori, last chance to pull. 6 hours of maintenance. I doubt it'll be 6 hours. Did it say it'll be 6 hours? Because that seems kind of extreme. Is it worth it getting more than one copy of Tori's artifact? I don't think so. I don't think it's used on anybody except her, and it may not even be best in slot on her. So I think you just get it for, you get one of them to be future-proof, but right now, it doesn't have a lot of uses. Just like a bride set on fire, not a lot of uses. Or a Harsetti set on fire, not a lot of uses there. Or how about a Mort set on fire?
Tori. Come back in a year. With your
Victorious flag Mort
skin,
on
please.
fire.
Leave the bunny pay to whale event, though.
Annoying child like her village on fire. Oops, no bullying. Oops. I forgot that she does that. Pool floaty of death. Hey, Volcanics. Any idea what ML Teiyu's invocation buff does? No, I'll have to look at his kit. I just got embarrassed by a child.
Why?
It's because I said I was going to set her on fire like her village. She didn't take that too well. We'll do it right this time, guys. Okay, where were we? We're going to S3 Mort so that Mort dies a little faster. And do this. I'm going to be honest, I've used Lethe in PvP and she slaps. You say so, Jake. I haven't been able to... we used to use Lethe all the damn time back in the day. She was great. And she just doesn't do enough damage now. Especially with units like Ilanov everywhere. Yeah, Lethe was amazing. Better Dark Corvus. Mort on fire. And Dragon Bride on fire. Dragon Bride on fire twice. Burning down Harsetti. Oh yeah, that's right, she does that. Does that bother me? Do I care about that? One of these for you. And all you can hold this. I got numerous wins with Dorcas. Yes, several seasons ago. This season, though? That's crazy. Lethe suffers too much from injury now. Yeah, injury is everywhere. Anti-pen is everywhere. And she has the issue of she just doesn't do enough damage. Unlike this pool floaty of death. Bam! Look at that. 704 damage. That child's not going to stand a chance. I've used her with one other limited unit with the flower. I forgot its name of both, but I mean, if it's working for you, man, don't let me or anybody else tell you you're wrong. You know, you do what works best for you. Oh shit, we forgot to go see Hoochie. Do we have enough time? Surely. 4 minutes. It's enough time to see Hoochie. Holy crap, is that the disembodied voice of I'm Sue?
That is me.
How you doing, buddy? Hanging in there?
I'm
It's been
hanging.
a day, man. It has been a day and a half.
Yeah, it's been a day.
That's
for
okay.
me, for sure.
Hoochie's got some good stuff for me, right? Like, actually, Hoochie didn't disappoint today. Yeah. Let me pop out of here.
We can talk about the best patch that they've had all year.
It's all of the patches this year. It has indeed been the best. Isn't that terrifying?
It is. Like, this was considered an average patch in 2019, right? Like an average to like low quality patch in 2019, and this is literally this is the best patch all year. Ooh, man. This changes everything.
This changes everything. Oh my god. It's happening, guys. YouTube is inking over onto Twitch. It's working. It took like 20 minutes for my bot to wake up, but there it is. I can see you guys on Twitch. It's a bloody miracle, a hump day miracle. Sue, I'm going to share you my OBS. I think it's probably the easiest way for you to see what's going on, where you can see both chats maybe.
Yep.
How much time we got left? 4 minutes. What can we do in 4 minutes, guys? What do we got? We've done our arena, auto tower. We can collect some stuff in expeditions, right? No? How far am I? I have got a lot to do with expeditions. Yikers. It's okay. There's a buff event this weekend. That means posters will be everywhere. I can catch up on that. Garo has got nothing. Look at the bunny event, Sue. Look at this. I made it exactly to 50. Exactly to 50. 2 minutes and 34 seconds.
Not being a show. Yep.
Let's grab one last Tory on the way out. Would have been cool, right? Would have been too cool. Let's make it an even 100. Show me what you got. Watch ads for energy? You can't do that on the PC client. Isn't that crazy? But it looks so good. Yeah, we pulled a Wendy. Man, my gear is so all over the place, Sue. Between Ancient Inheritance and Hall of Trials, my gear is... I'm glad we got a free unequip, because I'm going to have to spend like almost a day to put it all back. Yeah, I mean, I can watch ads on my phone and stuff like that. Rip Tory, guys. You got like 20 seconds left to get your Tory. I really wanted the Molagoras. I spent the 2,800. You spent...
Nope.
2 months worth of Skystones to get 1 week worth of Molagora. I'm not questioning your choices. I just want you to let that sink in. 1 week of Molagora for 2 months worth of Skystones. Yikes. What's your opinion about Tori, by the way? I don't like her design, but I think she is pretty... I didn't want to like Tori. I didn't want to like her design. Turned me off. Her voice acting really turned me off. But after reading the story, her story was really good. Her voice actress may be tour de force, but she got some really shit direction there. I really like doing the story with Luna doing her voice because it was like a buff to Tori's voice acting. I really wish we could get her her streamer outfit as a skin, right? The bunny girl with the crop top and the shorts, man. But as far as the unit goes, I mean, outside of Hall of Trials, I hear she has been giga impressive in RTA, especially paired with the newly buffed Ras. I know people have made gains with her. I haven't gotten a chance to play with her outside of just doing Hall of Trials, but the story was so much fun. I can't not hate her after... I can't not like her after the story, so... If you didn't like her, maybe put a few minutes in, especially Chapter 4. They freaking wilded out on Chapter 4, didn't they, Sue?
Mm-hmm.
I got my Tori last second. No, I got Tori on my 20th pull. 20 or second 10 pull. I did one 10 pull, got her artifact. I did another 10 pull, got Tori, and then I went and then somebody said, "Oh, you're going to need 2 artifacts." So I did another 10 pull and got her artifact. It pissed everybody off. It was like bang, 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 30 pulls, 2 artifacts, 1 unit. So I blew all of my luck on Tori. Guys, we are in maintenance. Game is down. Where's your wallpaper, man? I refuse to pay 1,800 Skystones for a wallpaper that is not nearly as good as a wallpaper that we paid 900 Skystones. I am not supporting that precedent. If you've seen the summer wallpaper with the beach where it populates with different units depending on who you own, and it scrolls back and forth, and there's, you know, that's a wallpaper. That should have been an 1,800 wallpaper before this one was. Instead, you get some animation, which is nice, but after the 10,000th time you see it, it's going to get really played. You're going to turn it off in settings, and then it's just a cute background. Is it an 1,800 Skystone wallpaper? It really doesn't feel like it.
That's like 2.5 weeks worth of Skystones.
Yeah,
that wallpaper.
If you're high in arena, it is. A lot of people aren't up there in arena, so I'm not a fan.
Yeah, for like you know, an average player, it's like 3 weeks of Skystones.
Yeah,
it's like it's a really bad precedent, and I don't want to encourage it. I'm with Tristen. I didn't buy it. Like, I really liked it too. I didn't buy it. I specifically didn't buy it because I'm a big believer of voting with your wallet. You know, if you just don't agree with a practice, you should not support it.
2 Tori artifacts for what? I don't know. To be future proof. I'll fuse them together into one if, like, within the next 8 months I don't see a use for a second one. How long is the maintenance? Well, let's go look. Give me just a second here. Let me turn on.
Well, I could go pull up my game if you want. If you don't want to exit out.
It's all good. I'm just going to turn on my. That's not the right one. Where is Opera? There we go.
And why is
YouTube statistics? Let me see. Here we go. Content update.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why do you save 2 of each limited artifacts, I was asking why save Feet of Criticism. It's because they have in the past changed limited artifacts entirely. Wall of Water does something different now than it used to.
And sometimes crazy shit happens, and artifacts suddenly are really useful. All it takes is some unit to come out that synergizes with that, and it's
or
the
format lines up with, like, Bastion of Pelusia has been the same way for like 2 years. It just all of a sudden in the last like 4 to 5 months became incredibly relevant.
Here's a guy who pulled 2 rocket punches and went ahead and fused them because I thought nobody will ever use this artifact other than Karena, and then like 2 other knights came out that wanted that artifact. So it looks like it is from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. It is a 6-hour maintenance, guys.
Yeah, 5 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. PST.
Yep. So we're down for 6 whole hours. That means if you didn't get your Guild War fights in, I'm kidding, there's still no Guild Wars. Yeah, 3F, I learned my lesson after Rocket Punch, and I never fuse limited artifacts, because limited artifacts are limited. You can't get more. You can always bottle them later if they're good. But I have never been in a situation where I've regretted having 2 plus 15s instead of 1 plus
Yep.
Plus 1 plus 18, right? Like check it. I still got 2 Hostess of the Banquets, right?
Yep.
No idea where, if I'm going to use them, but I got 2 just in case. I want to be future proof.
Yeah, it depends entirely. Also, if like collabs, I might even do more. Like Benny Mars Tachi, I hold 3.
Oh, like Benny Mars Tachi, man, wouldn't you agree that that is the strongest limited warrior artifact in the game?
Yeah. You have a 30. Oh man, I just have 3 15s.
I kind of use some bottles, but yeah.
Yeah, if it's a collab one, I try to hold multiples.
Sweet Miracle, sweet. I meant collab, not limited, but yeah, collab. I would put Sweet Miracle ahead of Benny Mars Tachi. So I know I said limited, but I was thinking collab.
Sweet Miracle, in my opinion, is the best limited non-collab artifact in the game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this.
It's better than Guiding Light. This thing's actually broken. It breaks game balance.
Hey, Tsuchikage, welcome, my friend. Thank you for the raid. Let me see. How do I do this? I push this and at this and horribly misspell your name. And there you guys go. Make sure you give Tsuchikage a follow and watch him when he is on. The guy is hilarious. We need more ice crystals. My brother.
Suchi also has an amazing voice, by the way. That guy's got a voice built for radio.
True. True. Have I got an idea for you? Right? In fact, maybe we just do this. Maybe we do this right now. Hang on. I was thinking about doing this. Let me get
What about Lethe Artifact? No. No J versus. Okay, so
I don't know anybody that uses a Lethe Artifact legitimately. I got 4 of these sons of bitches. And,
it's just Alencia. She's the only usable one right now. It's just Alencia.
I got it on a fodder, and both my APOC and Lethe, so cool. And that's it. And I still, although some people run it on Alencia, I still think Alencia is better on her own artifact. It's got so much fucking gear score, and
I believe it, Suchi. You have to talk to me about it sometime. That'd be sick.
Why am I not seeing it? It starts with an A.
Soul Constellation is good. It's not Sweet Miracle. Like, guys, like Sweet Miracle actually fundamentally like changes the balance of the game, right? Yeah. Like, if you could play Conqueror Lilius into Pera and provoke her, it wouldn't be an issue.
Who is good on Sweet Miracle? Who's good on Sweet Miracle? It's Pera, and Laya, of course. Laya's good on Sweet Miracle.
And Rat.
Yep, Rat, hand guy. You can't have a hand guy without Sweet Miracle. Conqueror Lilius, not the fastest opener, but it lets her make sure she gets her shit done. I mean, there's so many units that benefit from that artifact. Yeah, so many.
The point being, I don't know how many of you guys have been around long enough, but Crimson Seed used to be the best warrior artifact in the game for certain characters like Dark Corvus and Apocalypse Ravi, and they nerfed it, right? Then they issued a refund to everybody for Crimson Seed because the precedent was that having an artifact that made warriors fundamentally immune to debuffs was not good for game balance, right? It was just not good because you couldn't really stun or provoke Apocalypse Ravi and stop her from doing what she was trying to do. And then somewhere along the line, I guess we just forgot that because we could just sell you a limited Crimson Seed that gives 10% max HP.
I guess we should just jump right into this and talk about the most important update that we're getting, right?
Yeah.
Growth packs. That's right.
Oh my God. This is where you start?
This is where we start, baby. We're going to start with the packs. So,
what a shill.
Any Koreans here? What's Solitaria saying to me? You speak Korean. What's she saying?
I don't speak Korean. You have me confused with Lucina.
Pay me. She's saying pay me. Okay, so Purin, if you don't know who Purin is, she's the one that's always selling stuff in the shop. So let's take a look at this pack, Sue. We have got 10 Leafs in pack 1 and 15 Leafs in pack 2. And in pack 1, we've also got 10 4 to 5 star hero summons and 10 4 to 5 star artifact summons. This feels targeted at new players, right? It's gonna seed them with a bunch of 4 to 5 stars. These are true tickets. It's a true 10 summons. We don't know what the rates are.
It's usually 70-30.
Yeah, we're going to assume 7. Although I've seen them fart around with the rates on these.
They've done these before. That pack 1.
Solitary
I remember somebody gifted me one for Christmas one year, and it's like usually like 30
trying
30
to wrestle
USD
your wallet from you.
We'll have to see. I know I always thought they were the same, but then I went into a pack and I clicked on the little info button and they were different rates. So don't always just trust. Make sure you always click the little info button to see what the rates are before you buy it, because they fart around with these. And then we got 15 leafs, 10 charms, 100 bookmarks, and 3 Molagora. These all seem targeted at newer players, right? It's not a lot of resources that veterans really care about. I mean, veterans care about the leafs and maybe the Mola, but the bookmarks are okay. The charms, usually we're okay there. And the heroes, you know, who needs a whole bunch of extra green lotses and imprints, right? So this really feels like it's targeted at newer players. So I think these are going to be kind of lower priced than we expect.
Yeah, chat saying 10 to 20 is the expectation. But
You
yeah,
think 10 on left and 20 on right? I was thinking, I initially, when I first saw it, I was thinking 20 and 30.
I think they're probably roughly same price.
You think 10, 20? Or you think they're both going to be the same? They're both going to be like $19
20.
packs.
Yeah, I think they're both going to be 19, right? Because like
yeah.
the one on the right is 2 multis, right? But like they're 3 to 5s, but they could be like anything. Whereas the ones on the left are like it's only 4 to 5s. So like you get less leaves and you get less of the all their stuff in exchange for better quality multis.
So here's the thing: when people want to know, is this a good pack to buy? Is this a good value to buy? Things I always look at a pack is how much guaranteed crap am I getting out of this pack? The right side pack is actually a better pack. You know what you're getting out of it. You're getting 15 leafs. There's no RNG to 15 leafs. They just work. There's your stamina. 1300 stamina, right? You get 3 Molagora. Those do exactly what they're supposed to do. There's no RNG in Molagora. Charms, there's a little RNG in charms, but you know, you get charms. And bookmarks, which, you know, yeah. Bookmarks are Gamba, but if you're pushing for a pity, they give you what you expect. Left side pack is a lot more Gamba to it, right? Odds are you're going to get a couple of 5 stars, but it could be Fire Kawaric and Iron Fan, right? It could be the 5 stars you don't need. You could be missing every 5 star in the game, and it still gives you Sigret and Sirmia, and then that's it. So be aware, if you're buying the left side pack, you're buying gamble. And if you like that, if that dopamine hit is what you need and you like it, be fine with that. I'm fine with that. Just be aware when you buy this, there is a greater chance that the left side is going to disappoint than the right side. If you got money that you want to spend on the game, I would recommend the right side over the left if they're the same price. But if you're wanting to have some fun, you're wanting to pull with your buddies in Discord, sure. And look at this. They kind of turned Purin into a discount hoochie. They're giving her a lucky chest. Dude, this is the new bunnies. You can buy this 3 times a day at 100 Sky Stones a pop. 300 Sky Stones a day to dump it in here. It's the same as Hoochie's lucky chest, but it's 3 times a day within the sale period. And the sale period is holy shit. It's like a month, dude.
That's the period that Brawl is illegal. So it's like while the Brawl season is live.
Dude, that's 28 days times 300 Sky Stones. That's 8,400 Sky Stones drained from your account to go for random shit.
Nah, I'm good.
The majority of which is charms and leafs. Sure, you could get some Molagora. You might get really unlucky and get some of these garbage mana revision stones.
Dude, the best thing on there would be spending 100 Sky Stones getting 10 leaves. Like no lie.
Oh no, the Molagora and the Reforged selection chests. So these to me are the best things on here because I'm always down bad for those. But 10 leaves is pretty good. 10 leaves is way more than 100 Sky Stones.
But if they're all equal, like that's such a you're looking at like a what is that, like a 1 in 15 chance? There's like 30 things on there, 20 things on there. Maybe if you're lucky, it's a 10% chance of getting something actually good.
I can't stress this enough, guys. Avoid Skystone sinks like this. They are Smilegate sees a huge problem with us refreshing the secret shop, using Skystones to refresh the secret shop to get summoning bookmarks to pull the next unit, and they've noticed that we're doing that a lot. And it's cutting into their ability to sell packs and bookmarks and things to get us to buy units, to buy collab packs, to buy limited event packs, right? It's no coincidence that we're dumping shit tons of Skystone sinks into the game. Don't fall for it. Or fall for it. Just be ready to swipe. I strongly recommend against this. I mean, you're going to look at this and go, wow, some of these are really nice. Maybe it's worth it. 8,400 Skystones. That's more than my freaking allowance from Smilegate.
That's like 2.5 months worth of Skystones, by the way.
It is the financial equivalent of $200. $200 to pull 3 of these things randomly every day.
Which is not worth it. Yeah, it's super not worth it.
Yep.
Yeah. The thing about the secret shop is that other games that are in the same style as E7, like Summoner's War and stuff, they revamp their secret shop because they like. It's crazy to me that you wouldn't just revamp the secret shop. So if you don't know how it works in other games now, like Summoner's War, you could just basically say refresh the how many. No matter it doesn't matter how many Skystones, just refresh until you find me some bookmarks.
You take care, potato. Sorry.
Yeah, so that way it's just super easy. Like, oh, okay, it'll roll. Oh, it took 69 Skystones to find the next bookmarks. You want to buy it? And you say yes. And the thing is, that sounds, like it would be bad for Smilegate on paper because then people would just, be more encouraged to use the Skystones. But the sales data suggests that players buy Skystones more often when you can just rapid fire through the secret shop because it's just more convenient.
Odin's asking, is this by elimination? Can you get all of this if you keep pulling? No. Every single time you pull, these are the odds of getting what's in there.
The most common thing is 5 leaves for 100.
3 leaves at 12%.
Wait, actually, if you have like a 22% chance to get a leaf, like a leaf is worth roughly like what? 80 Skystones. So if 100 Skystones is worth 3 leaves, that is actually a net gain if you need leaves. If you actually care about stamina, this is more efficient than using.
Every single time you're going to get a freaking 85 gear selector chest or freaking charm.
I know. But I'm saying if
you're saying it's a 22% chance if the leaf if the leaf
it's a 1 in 4, yeah. Yeah, it's a 1 in 4.
If the leaf is worth, even if the leaf is worth 50% more than the Skystones, it's a 75% chance you aren't going to get what you look for. You
get the leaf, yeah. So exactly. But if you hit the leaf even one time, it is like massively ahead, right?
Yeah. But yeah. These never run out. You just every single time you pull, you have a 0.4% chance of getting garbage stones.
Just to reiterate one last time, because Wendy said they missed it due to ads. So basically, Summoners War revamped their secret shop, right, and made it really easy for players to secret shop refresh automatically. Like it has an automation, so you could quickly get to the bookmarks if you need it. And everyone thought, oh, well, the game will make less money. But what actually happened is that the game made more money because people are more likely to buy Skystones because you can very easily convert them into summons.
Good one, Potato. Good one. He said, take the $sign out of Epic 7, and now we're even. Epic even.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Well played.
So here's the thing, guys. The way they should be draining Skystones from the account is not just, hey, spend Skystones to buy these things. It's not compelling content. It feels scummy. They should be running grindable stuff. Do the, farm Wyvern 100 times and unlock these things. You farm Wyvern 1 time, you get the leaf. You farm Wyvern 50 times, you get the selection chest. You farm Wyvern 100 times, you get these leaves. Make these scalable rewards so people will be like, I'm going to farm Wyvern because I would farm it anyway, and that'll get me Wyvern rewards, but also if I hard farm Wyvern, I will get these super rewards. Make it almost like battle passes. That's going to make people want to spend the Skystones, want to spend the leaves, want to refresh, and they will spend this shit naturally. And it's in-game content. It's a farmable event. It's what other games do. It's what I'm doing now in Raid. I'm pretty sure Nikkei does stuff like that. They find ways to engage the community, get them to spend the currency by playing the game and not just, hey, you want to upgrade some shit? Here's some Skystones you can spend. Content? Here's some packs. They've really lost the plot on engaging community and have gone deep on Skystone. So I strongly encourage you guys to not play into this. Make them reevaluate. Make them go back to the basics. And the basics are make content that is so compelling and engaging and rewarding that we want to spend it. Because right now, nobody wants to spend resources. People just wait until there's a buff event and then they spend resources. And when you get buff events practically every other weekend, that's not the compelling content that we're waiting for.
Yeah, so for like Nikkei, yeah, you're right. Aside from summons, the only other thing you really use with your Skystones is you just use it to get refreshes to farm more. Like you're just using it because you're like, oh, I need more materials, or like, oh, I need more core dust to push to the next breakpoint for like leveling and stuff like that. So you're right, yeah, you're spending things organically. Like I'm using my stuff on syncs that push me further ahead in the game, not like, oh, dude, here's some like random RNG that, like it's guaranteed stuff.
Oriwa, it should open scheduled 5.5 hours from now, but usually it opens a little early, but they schedule it in a full ass 6 hours because they're loading the whole Guild War content. So I think we should step back and take a minute to talk about the Guild War revamp. Celebration limited pack sale. That's right, Guild War limited pack sale. Oh my god. So you can get 3 of those 4 to 5 star artifact summon tickets. You get a guaranteed 5-star. This is going to be an RGB. You can't get MLs or limiteds from this. An RGB 5-star summon ticket, not a selector. You get 1,000 commander armbands, and you get 15 4 to 5 star connection selection chest. Be very wary of this, guys. We talk about this all the time, but what this means is you can select red, green, blue bookmarks, and you can grab 15 of them. It takes 5 to do a summon.
So it's really 3 summons.
Yeah, so you get 3 summons, 1 of each color or 3 of one color. It's targeted somewhat, but it's only 3 4 to 5 star pulls.
Yeah, this actually, Red brings up an excellent point in chat. It's just like, wait, so you gave us content, and to celebrate the content, you want us to give you money? What the hell is that?
I know, right? I know. Oh my god. Oh, isn't it 15 RGB summons?
No. It's literally 3 summons. It's you get 15 bookmarks of a color of your choice, and it's 5 to summon.
Yep, you can buy 3 packs. Yeah, it's 3 summons, guys.
It's to you too, Revan.
Oh my god. Damn joke. So what we got here, according to Joe, is 1 Iron Fan, 1 Cira Wren, 1 Barthes's Orbicularum. Over here you get a Steadfast Guard. Oh no, this one's gonna be a 5. This is your Iron Fan, and you get Steadfast Guardian over here. You do get 1,000 armbands, and then you get 3 silks.
Yup. Sick. Nah, this is a total scam. Like, I can't recommend this to anybody.
The only reason this might be attractive is the 1,000 commander armbands for relatively new players who are like wanting to bang out their Proof of Valors, pick up their War Horns, you know, the really, really good Symbol of Unity, the really good Guild War artifacts. They might say, you know what, 1,000 armbands, that gets me closer to getting, you know, my Symbol of Unity plus 30. I can see it. I can see it for them. It's
Counterpoint.
Very new player oriented.
Counterpoint. New Guild War system. Cool. You get bonus armbands every war.
If you're a new player, you may not be in the best of guilds, though.
That's probably true, but like surely you could find like a top 20, top 30% guild to get the bonuses. Yeah. I don't think I would cheap.
I think this will be $30. I think this is targeting new players.
$30? I don't even think I would buy this at 30. I think at $10 it's a steal. After that, I'm out.
Yeah. 50? There ain't no way this is 50. It doesn't even have a freaking Molagora in it. If it's $50, it has Molagora in it somewhere.
Dude, if this is $50, this might be tied for like the worst scam pack in the game, which I still stand by. The $100 for 100 powder is probably the biggest scam in the entire game.
Anya's saying, aren't small guilds in the shitter now that all the servers are combined?
Yup.
Smilegate assured us in the prior post that they ran the analytics and they looked at all the numbers as if they were combined, and that's how they scraped together the rankings and the multipliers and stuff. It'll be left to be seen, but theoretically it shouldn't be any different according to their analytics for the average guilds. It'll be very different for the top 200. Very different up there. I think it'll be very different for the top 500. Oh, Sue. Dude, this is actually 9 elemental summons, 3,000 armbands, 3 5-star tickets, and 9 4 to 5-star tickets. Because you can buy this bitch 3 times.
No, I'm good.
You're celebrating so hard, you can buy it 3 times, which really makes me think it actually is probably closer to $20.
All right, this is the SpongeBob. I'm gonna head out, man. Yeah, there's no way.
All right, guys, enough pack madness. Let's I was really hoping there's another pack in here, but I don't get to be that guy. Oh well. There's a buff weekend and free unequip. You're all aware of free unequip, but we are going into a buff weekend. If you're behind on your expos, it's a good time to catch up because expo posters will be flying. Balance is on and last tea time rate up. I can't think of a worse usage of your bookmarks than balance is on and last tea time currently in the game.
There's worse.
Maybe worse. And Fumir and Umbral Keystone. Fumir is sexy and Umbral Keystone is fun for some Guild War text, but really you don't pull on either of these guys. These are
bait.
New player bait of the highest order. I mean, they're not even bait. It's like,
yeah, they're not even useful to you. Even if you're brand new, they're not even useful.
Even if you're brand new, if you've looked at any tier lists that have come out in the past 10 months, you know better, right?
Yeah, Fumir is like an expert unit for World Arena. Like you have to be like very knowledgeable, very like high game sense to use Fumir, right? And then Balance is on is literally for expedition, and there's like other replacements. They might not be as good, but they're like 90% as good. And that's it. And he's used in 1 expo, and it's the least popular expo of the 5.
Oh, I didn't see this earlier. Hello Spring 77 free Covenant summons. So starting after maintenance, we're going to get between here and the 25th. So
dude, I can't wait to...
It's 7 days. How is that 7 days?
That's 12. It's probably the period is 12 days, and it's your first 7 days during the period. So if you just
or if you miss it, yeah, like as long as it's within that 12 days, like you could totally skip a day and you still get 7 on the next day, maybe.
That's basically it.
Okay, hooray! 77 free, or 70. Yeah, I like the 10 summons. That's nice. So yeah, we're getting free summons.
I don't think I've ever gotten anything good off
10 extra day.
Maybe one day I will. My new player account got something.
I don't know. It's been at least like... No, I got an ML the last time too. I think I got Dragon Bright Senya last time.
You're just saying that, but sure.
I am. I'm just saying that. I just woke up this morning and chose violence. You'll have to forgive me, Sue.
All right. Well, I'm at this point where I'm missing 3 units. I'm missing Dragon Bride Senya, I'm missing Heli and Lua, and the last one I'm missing is New Kid Auden. If the 77 summons gives me any one of those 3, Smilegate's forgiven. Otherwise, they go back on the list.
Okay, let's dive into this juicy update.
The best update all year.
The best update. It is a most fine and magnificent update.
Magnificent's a stretch, but it's a most fine update.
Okay, guys, let's take a look at what we have in store for you in this week's update. Players will be able to view these updates after maintenance on the 13th.
All right, so what about that thumbnail suggests it's a Bleach collab?
All the characters are black and white, as if somebody dumped bleach on the piece of art. There, confirmed Bleach collab.
You are the worst.
Enormous strength, be smashed into pieces.
I'm sad that she doesn't say die, 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 die.
Shall
I actually like this Ravi skin. It's better than her.
I really like this Ravi skin.
It's so much better than her default one. It's like unreal.
It's significantly better. Cranked does not like it. I don't like the name. I'm surprised by the name. Rainbow Rush Ravi. I mean, when I look at Ravi, I don't think rainbow anything, but you know what? If you don't like it, you don't get it. If you hate the skin, you get to save 900 sky stones, right?
Yeah, yep.
Because this will be an acquired purchase in the Victor's Prestige Epic Pass. So it is an Epic Pass skin. This was Hazumare's choice after he won the World Cup. So, you know, this was the skin he asked for. I believe he had some input on the look and design of it, right, Sue? Or am I totally mistaken?
All he said is that he just wanted it to be white. Like, he just wanted it to be a Ravi skin, and he said they could do whatever they want with the concept. Just it had to be white.
Okay, there you go.
I let you dream endlessly?
Yeah, I'm still sad that it is Ravi, because like his original choice was like it was something else. It was like Politis or like Yulha or something. It was like a different character, and then like he audibled the Ravi. So
Guild War revamp. We'll have some things to say about this.
It's so funny to me that you look at it, right? So it's like top left Navy Captain Landy, the far left New Moon Luna, right? Top right is like Abigail. You know, you see her sometimes like in Guild War, right? Haha. Mm-hmm. Or like you have Illinav, right? These are like all meta units. Then just Schneel. Like dead center Schneel. Just Schneel.
Schneel.
It's like units you see every Guild War, or like sometimes are on defenses, then Schneel.
Or Schneel.
Yeah, Bellion's at the bottom right, yeah. Or is that Elvira? No, it looks like it's Bellion. Could be Bellion. But like the point is like these are all units you're gonna see in Guild War, and then Schneel. No, nobody's out here being like nobody puts DDR on defense, bro. Like,
oh, you think this is Bellion? I kind of thought it was Harsetti. I can't tell. What do you guys think? Bottom right corner, guys. Who is this? No Booba. I can't even tell what's going on below the neck.
Maybe it's Abigail, and the top right is Melissa. Probably not.
No. Hua Young? No. Okay, anyway.
The point is, it's funny that Schneel is like front and center. I was like, that's the last unit I'm thinking of for freaking Guild Wars. I hate these emblems so much, by the way. They look like
everybody is so opinionated on these. Newer players think they're great, and veteran players are like, I don't like change. They're ugly. Where's my crab? I like the crab logo.
It's not even that. They just look like bad knockoffs of League of Legends emblems. Yeah, see, Cranked and I agree. They're just poor man's League of Legends emblems.
Yeah.
It's like they looked at leagues like division emblems and went, we can do that, and then just botched the assignment.
I'm sorry, Sue, man. I'm looking at this and thinking, who needs a penguin slider? I'm so glad that this is where my development time went into. I mean, get fucked, gear loadouts. Why do we need to change the UI so we see all the secret shop at once? Who cares about a 5th Guardian or Great Achievement? We have got incredibly different emblems.
Yeah, it's okay. We didn't need to get rid of the fact that the old equipment change menu was still in the game by clicking on pieces, because that's the most intuitive thing. Instead, you still have to go through the manage equipment button. We could have gotten rid of that. We could have cleaned that up, but instead, no. Your crab logo, we uncrabbed it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a whole lot better than the back button actually being a back button and not a go to the lobby button, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. If you love them, great. I'm happy for you. If you don't love them, it sucks. Get used to it. They're here. So,
Yeah, somebody spent an afternoon making these, so
is it crazy that I like the gold champion one better than like all of them? The Emperor one is just so it's so red, it's too much red, and the legend one just it feels like the silver, and then you got the gold. Just in my mind, it's like gold is better than silver. So I just really like the champ one.
The one on the far left, the challenger one, that's like the best emblem in my opinion of these ones up here. I'm like, yeah.
Even Masters is pretty cool. But anyway,
it's like the higher you go up on the ladder, the more boring it gets.
Why is the greenish one so different? That's Masters, and it looks very, very, very different. The ones below them look like a kid's art project. They really want to encourage you to get out of gold because they made bronze, silver, and gold look so bad. We'll show them off here in a minute, but in case you're curious, this isn't just for Guild Wars. This is for everywhere these emblems appear. RTA, Guild Wars, Arena, across the board. Everybody's getting these. Person this morning who was convinced that this was just for Banner Arena and Guild Wars. I'm like, nope. It says specifically World
Flag Arena. Flag Arena, World Arena, Guild Wars, all of it.
They're all getting the facelift, which makes sense. It would be confusing to have different.
You know what my favorite is, by the way? This update, they're changing all the PvP League emblems, and so like the new Legend one is that white diamond one in the front, right? And then when we talk about the Guild War update in a second, when Tristen goes to the patch notes, they still use all the old emblems, like in all the screenshots. I was like, wait, but like you changed it. Like, why is it still the old Legend emblem?
I know it's blurry, but comparing this,
that one has more personality.
It's got more personality. It feels less.
Dude, this feels like
hand drawn. This feels like hand drawn.
This is the equivalent of like how companies just kind of go, we're going to go with a minimalist design with their logo, and you're just like, cool, I hate it. It's not Dunkin' Donuts guys anymore. It's just Dunkin'.
I'm not going to shit on it too hard because I don't hate it. I don't see the need. I don't see anybody saying I sure wish that our emblems looked better because it's embarrassing how dated our shit looks. But this has been a big thing in Smilegate lately, is updating UIs and making things look more modern, things like that. So I've seen a couple of people who really, really like it. And
some people are saying in chat they think that's made by AI. They're like, they look like they're just
guarantee it's very computer generated. I don't think a person drew this stuff. It doesn't have any soul to it, not like the original stuff. But yeah, if you like it, then I'm really happy for you because it's going to be in the game. And if you don't like it, be glad it's just an emblem that you don't really see very often. So there you go. Okay.
We'll talk about this later, or you also want to talk about it now? Because like I looked at this, I was like, wow, this is worthless.
I mean, we can brush over it real quickly, but the bottom line is we beat this dead horse hard last week. I don't think this will do anything except increase the bloat and make it harder to reach the Legend Skystones for people that are climbing, because it'll allow them to lose less points when they're hit. And it will cosmetically make it look better because it'll populate more of these frames on the top 100 list without changing anybody's pole position or ranking. They say it'll make it easier to climb. I think that's bullshit. I think it will not make it easier to climb, and it doesn't address anything. But you know, we'll give it a shot and see. Maybe I'm giga wrong on it, and so I've had people tell me like, "Nah, you're missing the bigger picture. This will fix everything." I think that's crazy. I think the only way to fix Arena is at the end of every week, you reset everybody to the bottom or top of their existing rank. Mm-hmm. I had one guy in my comments like, no, you reset everybody and we can't maintain Skystones. I'm like, For the 6 of you that are in Emperor and Legend, that might be a problem, but after the reset, maybe there's more of you there. But that's why I say just reset to the bottom of the line. The Legend 1 guy gets to stay Legend 1, but he goes down to 7,000 or 6,500 after this change. Arena points. Everybody that's in Champion 4 stays in Champion 4, but they have 5,200 points. And that way it gives people a chance to climb and push. It gives people a reason to push. Because right now, somebody wants to push for Legend 1. They log in, they look at the top rank, and it's like 17,000 points. And they do the math, and they go, okay, that is about 25,000 Skystones worth of refreshing. I don't think I'm going to do this. So, yeah.
Yeah, I would say...
And the result is nobody plays Arena. It's sad that the one good thing they've done for Arena is give us quick battle on NPC fights so you can actively not participate in Arena. And that's a sad state of affairs.
I would say that the Arena quote-unquote revamp is largely a failure at this point. It's been like, what, 6 months? I would say it's basically like a failure at this point.
Volcanic says, I love that I get 1 more point on my win, but they get 1 less point removed on their loss. So although it's easier for you to climb, it's harder to pull them down, so it's a wash.
Yep.
Which means your upward momentum is pretty much the fucking same.
Yeah. We have
plus 1 to me and -1 or plus 1 to me and plus 1 to their defense means it's a push as far as upward mobility and climbing goes. But anyway, we're not going to beat the horse too long on Arena victory point system. We just have to wait and see. When it falls on its face, we can say, now are you going to listen to the community and do what we ask? But okay, so Brawl mode. I've been waiting for this. I was one of the loudest voices saying this needs to be repeatable content. I loved Brawl mode.
Same. This is the thing I'm most excited for in the whole patch.
Yep. It's crazy that it is only a 3-week season. They're doing very short seasons on Brawl. Like Advent level short. I hope that it rolls straight into season 2, and then it's not like fucking Advent where we get a 3-week season, then we wait 5 months, and then we get another 3-week season. I hope that they don't do that. Hopefully the pre-seasons are either non-existent or very short.
Brawl special shop. Whoa. You okay there?
No, I'm pretty fucking far from okay too.
I think there's only one thing worth talking about in this entire shop, and that's the RTA skins, because actually it's a better deal to buy them with the Skystones than to buy them with the skin tickets. But other than that, you avoid this shit like the plague.
So once again, they have, instead of finding ways to encourage us to spend Skystones through grindable content, they've just said, here, spend Skystones. Without anything to engage us or hook us into the game, which is the consistent problem with Epic 7, feeling like it has no content. Everything they do is centered around, give us your resources and here's a thing, as opposed to spend your resources doing this event, doing this tournament, grinding this thing, going for this achievement, doing these missions, doing this content, and then you get the things as you progress through the game and stay engaged and have fun in the game. It's the freaking fundamental difference between Epic 7 and just about every other game that's growing out there, and it's why Epic 7 is struggling. So I hate things like this. I hate it. This is, if you buy all of these, this is 46 and 42, that's 88, and another 4,080. This is like 12,000 Skystones across a 3-week period. 12,000, and we haven't even gotten into the skins yet, guys. So we'll talk more about this in the patch notes, but be very aware of what they're trying to do here. And, you know, if you want to get it, get it. But I am voting with my feet and trying to send a message of, we want to spend Skystones because you give us reasons to spend Skystones, reasons to engage with the game, reasons to use our resources, to have fun with Epic 7. You've got a masterpiece of a game here, and why don't you let us engage with it instead of just saying, hey, give me your resources and I'll give you a thing. and that's your content for this month. Dislike it hard.
Yeah, this shop is definitely, like I said, it's a scam unless you want those 2 ML5 skins. There's just
50%,
not really...
50% off potato. How about 80% off? This is 80% off the normal price that they usually sell these tickets for.
Yeah, featuring 6 units or whatever, none of which are meta relevant.
You know, if you guys want to sub right now, normally subscriptions to my channel cost $22,000, but you can sub right now for the 95% discount of just $6.99. See how that works?
Yeah,
11,600 is the before discount price. Yeah, I know. I can pull numbers out of my ass too and say it's a discount.
Yeah, my fair was reading the patch notes and they were just like, guys, the Last Rider Crow skin, it normally costs 3,200 Skystones. Now just 1,600. It's 50% off. And I'm like,
yeah,
it's never been on sale. It's never you can never purchase it before.
It's objectively a lie, Sue. It's objectively a lie. You can buy the skin ticket for $50, which is the financial equivalent of 1,800 Skystones. So the normal price of the Crow skin is 1,800 Skystones, not 3,200 Skystones.
No, well, remember,
math.
Remember, he's an epic skin. He costs twice as much as a $50
No,
skin.
the $50 gets you 110 bookmarks, which is the epic skin.
Okay, it gives you 110 tickets. Yeah, okay. So it's $50.
It's $50, which is 1,800 Skystones on the nose.
Yep. I don't know.
So it's a straight up bold-faced lie to say it's 3,200 Skystones. It's like a verifiable in-game lie. It's proof that they just made up random numbers, then discounted them and said it's a discount. And that fake sales piss me off. It's very, very scummy to misrepresent your pricing like that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Hey, who's excited about 2 units that are currently actively used in the meta getting EEs?
You know what? I actually am. I'm okay with these. I'm actually okay with these exclusive equipments.
I kind of am too, to be honest with you. They're good units, and
they're good units, not great units that are getting EEs. And it's just like, okay, like these are units that see play, like they commonly see play, but I don't think anyone's gonna say that these characters like set the world on fire. So giving them some adjustments is good. I think the most important takeaway from these, and we'll talk about the stuff when we get to it in the patch notes, but the most important takeaway about both Veronica and Acades being the ones that get the exclusive equipments, these are everyone has. One of the problems I'm noticing with newer players,
one unit everyone has, but yeah.
Well, okay, Infinite Horizon Acades, like even my new player account has it.
Most have.
Yeah, most have. But the point is, it's 2 highly accessible units that most players have access to, right? As long as you're actively engaged with the game and just, playing the game, you should have both of these characters unlocked on your account. And I can't say that about the vast majority of units currently in the metagame, because we did this actually last night on my stream. I had a newer player asking me for RTA help, and I went through his account, and the guy only had like 10 of the top 50 units, because the rest are all limited characters, collab heroes, or ML5s.
You guys are not building a 300 speed Infinite Horizon Acades. It's not going to happen, guys.
Yeah,
I can build a 293 speed one. There are people out there who can build 300 speed ones, but this is like the equivalent of a 300 speed Horizon is going to be like the equivalent of like a 320 speed Ran. But she's still going to be like opener level fast, especially when you consider the self-pushing artifacts on her and everything. She's going to cycle very fast. And something to be very aware of Acades is this skill that most of her EEs proc off of is 2 turn cooldown. On a unit that's this fast, she's going to be able to use that effect of that EE practically constantly.
Yep.
So yeah, it's going to have a profound effect on Horizon Acades and Veronica. It's just nice that a free unit's getting E. When I said on units that are already used, and somebody said, "Isn't that a good thing?" Yeah, yes, but no. I like for EEs to take units that were good but maybe fell out of the meta a little bit and kind of bring them back, right? Add some new things, add some diversity to the meta, and maybe that's a little tough with RGB EEs because they're so many. There's just not a lot of EEs or non-ML5s, I should say, EEs to throw out there, but there are a lot of units that were heavily used that have fallen away, that were, I mean, imagine if Lethe got an EE that let her ignore pen resistance. Maybe suddenly she'd find a use again. I don't know. I like for EEs to make there be a little bit more variety. This is going to change the way these units work a little bit, but they're still going to be picked in similar situations. Horizon Acades, I think it changes the most. Veronica just makes her like more devastatingly nasty against BBK and other immunity spammers. And that's probably the reason, because BBK is a big problem right now. Okay, I'll admit it, Sue. I was wrong.
What's wrong? What are we wrong about?
I thought for sure they would do a collab with a warrior that needed Sweet Miracle and then drop the Laya banner, but yep, we're getting
the
Miracle Made Kingdom on the 20th, so not tomorrow, but a week after maintenance. Oh, sorry guys, sorry. Boop, there you go.
Surely we get the Tamarin now. You didn't just spend all of those art assets to make such a great looking character only to not release that character and or skin. Surely, SG. Surely.
You're getting a Ravi skin and you'll like it.
Yep. So yeah, Miracle Made Kingdom coming back. All right, I'll say it now. Laya is still a usable unit. She's not the powerhouse that she was last year. She's still a good unit though to have. But oh my God, Sweet Miracle is busted. Please make sure you get at least 2 copies from this banner. I know you're probably saving for the potential collab, but like spend your powder, grab 1, and then roll for another one. Get 3. Tristen says get 3. But yeah, like I'm serious. Like I have 2 at plus 30 right now. I need a 3rd one. The second another warrior comes out, I'm going to need a 4th one.
Here's what makes it kind of an eternal artifact, right? There's a lot of fast warriors, and we have not seen the last of fast warrior openers. And fast warrior openers, usually they aren't the fastest units in the game, right? They typically aren't rangers and thieves. They aren't the fastest base speed units in the game, but they're fast enough that they still are openers, but maybe they don't always go first, and you're always worried about your opener getting controlled. This fixes that.
Yeah, so Professor Loki is saying Sweet Miracle is kind of bad since you need it at 100%. Yes, obviously you want it at 100%, but the thing is, the reason you get 2 of these is because currently, aside from 3F, this is the best bottle target in the game. And yes. I honestly believe that it fundamentally breaks the power balance of the game, because any warrior that wears Sweet Miracle is basically uncontrollable at the start. And if you've been playing at all in the current metagame, it's largely a lot of control and a lot of fast units.
I would rather have a 75% Sweet Miracle on my opener than have another artifact on there. My opener gets controlled. You know what I don't mind having an RTA, a 75% win rate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you need at least 2 of these, right? It would be better to get 2 and maybe even 3 of these artifacts at plus 15. And then you can spend the next year bottling them up, especially with the Epic 7 anniversary event coming up. There'll be access to a lot more bottles, a lot more ways to buff these things and build these things up. Probably, if you got a plus 15 one, bottling it, you could have it plus 30 by the end of the year. Pain in the ass, I know. Slow, laborious process, but It gets there eventually.
Yeah, like I said, I have 2 of these at plus 30, and I am looking to make a 3rd one at plus 30, and possibly a 4th one. Like
Those of you,
it's just broken.
Those of you who didn't listen to me and pretty much everybody and went ahead and pulled on the custom group summon, I'm not gonna say I told you so.
Hey, look, well, dude, Tamarin and Idol's Cheer being a banner is so funny. Looking at this,
it is right. Free unit,
free unit that everyone has. By the way, would you like to pull it again?
Oh,
what
dude,
for?
Dude,
There's
dude,
no ML Tama.
Except the Tama skin or the new Tama unit. The Tama unit that you predicted in April.
Maybe. That's the only
Friends from another world. Tamarin's from another world, dude. Actually, she's from Earth, right? Like our Earth.
Yeah, she's from South Korea, yes.
Yeah. Oh boy. So yeah. Get ready to refresh the secret shop and then be in shambles. One thing you can wait for, guys, if you want to be giga safe, is wait until April, right? Wait until like April 1st, and then pull for your Laya and Sweet Miracle, because here is the meta gaming of it if you're free to play. By April 1st, there's a pretty good chance that if a collab is happening in April, we'll probably have either started to get some hints about it by then or straight up know what it is by then. And if that happens and you're truly free to play, then as broken as Sweet Miracle is, as good as Laya is, they're not worth missing out on collabs, because collabs don't come back and there's no way to get them. And now that Laya's had a second banner, she will be on the next custom group summon. We get 2 of those a year. So there'll be selector tickets that allow you to select limited units for the anniversary. There'll be other ways to get your Laya and Sweet Miracle down the road. Don't miss out on a collab if you are hard free to play. And if you want to really be safe, just wait for the last couple days of this banner. Don't dive in on the 20th and go for it unless you need it to get your frame and RTA. Wait until like April 3rd. And even then you could wait, because RTA ends April 13th. So you've got plenty of time. Just stall and wait and see if you can get as much future sight as you can before you go broke on this banner. But if you aren't free to play or you've got the resources to do it, for the love of God, get this artifact. Is probably the strongest non-collab limited artifact in the game. When is the 7th anniversary? It will be August 30th, so usually the month of August.
Yeah.
Successor Teayu. They're calling him Seiyu. So
voice actor? Seiyu's voice actor.
I guess it was that, or suck you. I guess we're gonna find out if he is Seiyu or if he is suck you in the first couple of days. Very much an aggro cleave unit. If that's not your style of play, I would hard wait on this unit and see how he tests out. See if you're a turn 2 player, an ER player, even a standard player. This banner is going to be up for what, 3 weeks? Whole ass 3 weeks, right? As long as the Laya banner is up, longer even. Let the chefs cook. Watch people play him. See if he fits into your play style, if the way he is being geared to perform works, if he is absolute gutter trash unplayable, or if he breaks the game, and then make an informed decision, because you don't want to chase down a unit that's kind of mid only to not have enough. You don't want to blow everything on your Dragon Bride you don't want to blow everything on your Dragon King Sharoon only to miss out on your Dragon Bride Senya. Am I right, Sue?
Yep. Dude, the real thing is, even though she's unplayable, you might want to save for that Sylvan Sage Vivian, bro, because you don't know how hot she's going to be in that skin. Smogate, I'm putting Smogate on notice, man. Like, if Sylvan Sage Vivian does not like knock me out of my chair with how hot she is with her skin, I demand a refund.
I said, why are they giving Lionheart Sirmia a skin they can't possibly improve on the existing skin? And they they slapped that smile right off my face. They knocked me out of my chair with how good the Lionheart Sirmia skin is. So I'm expecting at least that good with Sylvan Sage Vivian. I'm expecting her to blow me away.
Yeah, especially because they censored her a ton,
Mm-hmm.
like in her base design. So I'm just like, all right,
Like
like
she should at least get buffs back.
give what was promised, Smilegate.
Yes. Okay, so Brawl mode, first introduced in the special side story Night of the Last Secession. That was Galililius' side story event. Brawl has returned with a fresh new look as regular content. Brawl is a round-based automatic battle in PvE. It's TFT, right? It's like a watered-down version of TFT using Epic 7 units, tower defense. You pick your units. You build your synergies across classes, across nationalities. You place them on the border, then you cuss at the screen because they aren't walking where you wanted them to, until you get the swing of it. It's actually a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. Some people don't like it, but you know what? You don't have to play it if you don't like it.
It's yeah. This is fun. This is what I'm going to be playing. I'll probably be playing this tomorrow on stream, and then I think we might still be doing the voice acting thing with Luna, me and Tristen.
Should. We'll see. So this goes into effect right after maintenance. This is open. There'll be a tab off of the lobby to get to it. Entry cost. After using your free challenges, entering will cost stamina. Does it say anywhere? Do we see currency or how many uses you get?
Wait, this costs stamina, but why?
It's 2 out of 3. It looks like you get 3 freaking entries a day. That's so bad. So 21 entries. It's not even enough to
finish the path. So you have to spend stamina on this. If you
well, no, it might be 1 entry to try to get to 25. And then after that, stamina. This is what bothers me, guys. Remember when I said we need repeatable, grindable content that we want to spend Skystones on? This isn't what I was talking about. This isn't the thing, right? We needed something to give us engagement with the game when we're out of stamina. Because here's the thing. Unless Brawl mode has rewards that are equivalent to or better than doing Rift or Hunts or Unrecorded History, you're actively damaging your account progression by playing it with stamina. Right? You're going to spend 1600 stamina here and not really have anything to show for it, or you're going to spend 1600 stamina in Rift. Buff events are going on, you're going to bleed all your stamina dry. You're going to play this during a buff event if it costs stamina. I'm worried that putting stamina in it is kind of doing what they did with Auto Tower, right? You're going to jump in, you're going to do Auto Tower, you do it one time. Do you know you could do Auto Tower over and over and over again? No, because nobody's going to spend the stamina. Actually, I think even with Auto Tower, you can do it again for free, right? As long as you don't beat the last level.
Yeah. Here's my question, right?
Yeah.
It says like we have the free challenges. Like if I like die on like the first floor, does that eat up one of them, or is it just like completions? Because like this is something that not everybody's gonna like. You have to play it to learn it, right?
That I can answer. It much like Rift, it has a 3 strikes you're out rule, where if you're on round 9, you see you have 3 hearts. This guy's lost twice on his raid around 9. If he loses this fight, it'll send him back to round 1, and he uses up one of his entries. And if he's out of entries, he'll have to use Skystones to go back in. So very much like way Brawl mode used to be with the heart system, except Brawl mode before, you could just go in as much as you want. There was no limited number. There was no currency to enter. There was no stamina to redo it. You could just play it as much as you wanted. It's crazy to me that they actually made it worse than the Galililius event, where you could play Brawl mode as much as you want. Because that's kind of what I was looking for, right? You know, something like you want to kill a little time. You're laying in bed, you want to wind down before you go to sleep. You know, you whip out your phone, you play some Brawl mode. Gives you something to do that's not RTA. but now it costs stamina. Now there's a limited number of times per day you can go in for free, and then it costs stamina after you've used up your 3 entries. But what do we get out of it? So it looks, there's a shop here, and it does show stuff in here, right? That you know, a battle pass in there that when you grind it out, you can get things out of it. It's not showing us what's under the challenge tab. What's under the challenge tab will have to be impressive as hell to make me think I would spend stamina here instead of in Rift. Which means I'm limited to doing this 3 times a day, and then I don't get to play it anymore, and that makes me sad. Because you would actively be walking your count backwards if there's not farmable rewards in here that are better than farming Rift. You will need to buy the new Brawl ticket pack, dude.
Don't even. It's so bad because it's like, what if I just want to play it because it's fun?
That's
like
why I
just
played it. I sat there and played it. I jumped into rooms to help other people play it because I enjoyed it. I sat there and played it for hours after all the rewards were gotten and there was nothing left to get because it was fun. I can't even play it for fun.
Yeah, that's like it's a pretty big like yikes. Because like, imagine if like it cost you 20 stamina to queue for World Arena. Or whatever, like 40 stamina.
No, yeah,
World
exactly,
Arena.
exactly. What after your 3 RTA fights, you had to spend stamina to do RTA?
Dude, you just
yeah. We
would feel like even more of a chore. It would feel like more of a chore because you would have to play you'd have to play from the start of the season. You'd have to play 3 a day because you can't guarantee that you're gonna get the rank you need, right? If you have to spend stamina.
Anyway, the bottom line is we've been starved for content and that they are actually gating the content. You know, what used to be just a free fun thing to do that you could play, get the rewards, and you know, when the rewards peter out, there's just no more rewards to get from it. You can play it more to get better at it if you want, but I don't know, this is very disappointing to me, but we'll see what's locked behind challenge mode. I really hope they reconsider that that there's a stamina cost for it.
I'm wondering if they want to make it so that it's like you can play after your 3 uses without spending stamina, but like you just don't, it doesn't count towards reward progress. I'm okay with that. If they
had like a free what would you call it, like a training mode. Yeah, a training mode where you there's no rewards, but you can just play to have fun, play to practice, play to get better at it. I would be okay with that. I would be very okay with that. Then you just do your 3 a day and get your rewards probably across the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I see a WWE Shuri. Yep, Westworld Shuri right there.
Yep.
Why isn't he in the tickets? Oh yeah, they did put him in the art here, but he's not in the ticket. Oh no, that's because the tickets are for skins, dude.
No, there's an ML4.
Oh, you're talking about the summon tickets? Yeah, I guess that is kind of scummy. Use Brawl points. Yeah. Like start 2 deployable heroes, number and create. So everything is the same. I'm not going to go into great detail about how Brawl works here. We're all going to do freaking guides on how to do Brawl for the people who weren't around for gala events. After killing 25, yeah, okay, so you can't go into challenge mode until you beat normal mode. So you got to do all 25 stages of easy mode, then you can go back and do challenge mode. So if you never fail, I don't know. I assume that those entries are you know, one of your entries, it gives you 3 hearts. So as long as you don't die on the way to challenge mode more than twice, the free entries should get you done every day. I guess it just depends. How many entries is it going to take to clear out this battle pass? That's the real question, right? How many, for both the normal and the challenge battle pass to clear this out, how many entries are going to take? And if it takes more than 21 entries, then it's very scummy because that forces you to spend stamina. But if you can clear all this out with 21 entries with no fails or minimal fails, then I guess it's okay. It time gates it out, but I still don't like that you don't get to sit down and just play this fun mode. That you have to go, well, I'm out of stuff. Unless I want to hurt my account, I gotta wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, and like I said, this was my first auto chest style thing that I played, so there was a learning period to it, right? Like I spent like the first night that it came out for Gala, I spent like 4 hours like grinding it, trying to figure out how does it work. Like, what if I put the character here, right? Like, so if that's like gated on failures, like that's gonna suck, because like you're just gonna have to look up a guide to figure out how to have the best possible start to maximize your entries, and then that just sucks all the fun out of it.
Dude, how they didn't just do Brawl mode where it says, after you get 1,000 Brawl points, you get this reward. After you get 5,000 Brawl points, you get that reward. You know, we kind of have it here, but it's broken down into stuff. But how they don't have a leaderboard, a leaderboard like the people, the top Brawl points earners this rotation get this, the second top Brawl point earners this week get this. You know, all the way down, so that you can have rewards for placements. I mean, there's so many ways that they could empower this without making it a scummy stamina grab to keep you from grinding. I mean, stamina is pretty freaking precious right now. Let me see. So we've got this shop with not Brawl points, but legitimately just spending Sky Stones to buy these tickets, right? And to buy the skins. And it looks like the skins are going to be representative of the MLs that are in Brawl mode, which limits the MLs, right? It means that the well, no, we got Payra here, ML5.
Yep. And then
I guess it just means that we're guaranteed to have some you have at least a couple of the MLs that have skins, because that's how they're going to populate the shop. So you can buy the skins. This time around it's LRK, Bellion, and then they've got some RGBs.
Yep. Yeah, Bystander Hwyong is probably also in Brawl just because she's in the banner that says at the top of the patch note. So
Jesus Christ. So theoretically, this is cheaper. I actually really like this because it's a cheaper way to access the Sky Stones that doesn't cost. It's a way to get at the skins that doesn't cost cash, right? A newer player can grind the Sky Stones and not whip out his wallet to buy a skin pack, and there's just no way. It's a 5-year-old game. There's no way you're getting some of these ancient skins without whipping out a credit card. So this gives a person a way to say, I really, really like these skins, and I want to grind for them. It's expensive, but it's cheaper than buying Sky Stone, or it's cheaper than cash swiping to buy the skin tickets.
Yep.
I think I'd rather refresh the shop than get a skin for a unit I don't use. Well, of course, but some people really like the skins. Some people, they play these games for the cosmetics. There's a reason that games like these make skins. So having an additional way to get them, I'm down with that. But this bullshit right up here, this is humiliating. They really want us to believe that at some point in time they valued this at 11,600 and then they discounted it down to this. If you believe that, I got a bridge that I want to sell you, because this is a lie. This is an absolute lie, and I don't like it. I don't like it when Smilegate actively lies, when they just arbitrarily make up a number so they can say that this incredibly overpriced number is somehow a sale price. Now, mind you, these 5-star Brawl summon tickets, what they're saying is these 5-star tickets, the 4-star ML tickets, and the 4-star hero tickets, they're saying are coming from the pool of units that are in Brawl. Now, obviously, not all of the units available in Brawl are in there. We saw Westworld Shuri up here. So what you're saying is you...
How did we get to the point where an ML 4-star is worth 4,363 Sky Stones? Like, what? Make the math make sense. Go up. Look at. Make the math make sense.
Make the math make sense. We want to sell it for 2,100 Sky Stones, but people will say that's overpriced, so we will pretend that it's actually worth more, but we discounted it. Which...
The math is not mathing, exactly.
Yeah, like it's one of the most deceptive sales practices I've ever seen, and I think it is high up on the list of scummy things Smilegate has done to obfuscate the actual value of this stuff. So yeah, when we talk about how we rate this patch Sky Stones out of 10, now you could always just say, hey, if you don't want to spend it, don't spend it. Some people might like it, and that's true. That's true, right? If you've got the Sky Stones laying around and you want to buy this, then go for it. You do you. I think it is a terrible use of Sky Stones. I think it's awful that we have this elegant, repeatable, farmable content, and the shop doesn't use farmable currency for the things in it. But here we are. So they do populate this with limited units. You got your 16% chance to get your Holiday Yuffie and your 16% chance to get your Summertime Assaria, or you get a Command Model Leica. I mean, let's be real. You get Command Model Leica. That's who everybody gets. But this is what kills me, Sue. You were talking about 2,100 Sky Stones for an ML4, even at discount. How about 800 Sky Stones for a Lots or an Acades?
That feels
Rose Corinne Maya. Why is this even here? Other than to trick new players out of their Sky Stones, to make new players go, hey, that must be a good thing. It's in the shop and it says it's on a 50% discount. Maybe I should go ahead and grab that and get a Lots, not knowing that I'm going to pull 50 of them before the end of the year.
Yeah, this is the biggest slap in the face here. Like, just look at it, right? So Corinne, even though she's one of my favorite characters, largely replaced in every piece of content. Maya's unplayable everywhere. Rose is basically unplayable everywhere now that everyone has Brieg for free, right? Lots is Ancient Inheritance. Acades is literally Hall of Trials.
And that's
it. That's it. That's the whole thing. And you want me to pay 800 Sky Stones for that? Dude,
No, dude. It's 1,100 Sky Stones, but it's on special sale for 800 Sky Stones. It's 20% off. What new player is not going to be like, dude, 20% off and this event only goes on for 3 weeks? Maybe I need to get this. Maybe I need to spend my 2 weeks worth of Sky Stones here.
It's like you said, it's embarrassing, man. It's just embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. I think it targets newer players. It's not okay.
It screams, I'm desperate. Pay me money. How can I get you to pay me money? I'm desperate, please. And me and Tristen are sitting here telling you, like, you don't have to appear desperate. If you want the money, just make compelling reasons to give us money. Don't make it so obvious that it's like, it feels like you're just scamming us. Like a simple, like, here's an event where if you just grind, here's a leaderboard, like, like a tracker, like you said, right? I would throw Sky Stones if there was like a cool cosmetic for like, refreshing like crazy for something, because then at least I'm engaging with the game.
Can you imagine being a new player and being so excited about a 20% discount on these 4-star tickets that let you target summon that you buy all 5 of them for 4,000 Sky Stones? You know that's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like seeing this, and then this a couple days ago, per someone's request on my Discord, I went back and checked in on Puzzle and Dragons, which was my very first gacha game, right? The very first one that I ever played. I just wanted to see what was different. And I looked at their shop, their like cash shop, like stuff you can buy. Or you could just buy the banner unit for like $50. Like, it'd be like if Lone Wolf Para's in there, you could just be like, oh yeah, dude, you could buy packs or you could just get it for $50 cash straight up. And I put it into perspective. I was like, if the most valuable coveted thing this game has to offer is capped at $50 and everything else is like $10 and $15 packs or like $5 packs, I was like, wait, my money just spends way better at this game. No wonder why they're still making $18 million a month and E7's making 1.6.
This was brought up in chat, so I want, because this confused me first too when it said Brawl participation 5-star hero. I thought they were selling this much Sky Stones to get a 5-star hero for use in Brawl mode, which is only 3 weeks long, which was like terrifyingly bad. I was getting ready to like uninstall. It was so bad. But yeah, it's a little deceptive, but there is no Brawl participation for this, right? I think as soon as you open Brawl, you get access to this shop, and unless you have to participate, special shop will be available. I think you don't even have to participate, right? You just go into Brawl.
You're missing it, Tristan. So it's a literal translation, as in ML Teayu is participating in Brawl this season, and you can celebrate it with this. Yeah, like it's like that.
Yeah, because what there's the Brawl participation 5-star hero is saying these 5-star heroes are participating in Brawl, and these are the ones you can summon with this ticket, right?
Man,
So if you pull a unit with this, if you buy this ticket and pull it, you get the unit forever. It's not you get the unit in Brawl or anything like that. If you buy this skin, you get the skin forever for use in your game wherever you want to use it, not just. It doesn't just reskin your unit in Brawl. Okay.
yeah, see, Sin, you're getting it now. That's why, like, when we talked about that Little Queen Charlotte pack earlier, I was like, what are we doing here? Like, you're asking the player base, like, hey, that content you guys asked for, here it is, and you can celebrate by giving us money. And I'm like, this is like the 8th in a lifetime packs again. Like, you're doing it again. Please stop.
I'm ferociously unhappy about this. But we'll see, man. Hopefully 3 entries a day, and the stamina cost is low, copium, but yeah, I don't know. It's brand spanking new. I think the community lets them know, and maybe we see some changes. At very, very least, they need to give us a training mode where it doesn't cost anything, but we don't get rewards, where we can just play because it's fun. That would make me happy.
I'm assuming, to answer Nayuda's question in chat, why are they putting black boxes over currencies? Because there are some laws that you can't just like show the cost of things outside of the game. Like you might have tried to purchase something before where it's like they can't show you the sale price of something until it's in your cart. If you've ever had that happen to you, that's for legal reasons based on, you know, the company where they're located or like where the sale is located online.
You got to understand, if I put a price in here that it's for a certain amount of money, it's going to be a different amount of money depending on where you live. In game, you can see the price based on your local exchange rate on stove.
Yeah.
Their average, yeah. All right, guys. Guild War revamp and global matchmaking. Guild War revamp is it says 3/17 Monday, but for those of you in the USA, this is Sunday night. This is 11 p.m. Sunday night Eastern time, 8 p.m. Sunday night Pacific time. That's when Guild Wars is going to start. Sunday to Monday Guild Wars, Tuesday to Wednesday Guild Wars, Thursday to Friday Guild Wars. It's still a full 24-hour window. There's no excuse for saying I can't do Guild Wars now because the time slot changed. Bullshit. Now, if you were a scout on your team, you were like the first in and you got intel for your guild, and now the time zone makes the Guild Wars start at like 2 a.m. for you, well, that sucks. You're no longer a scout for your guild. It is what it is. Find somebody else to scout.
If you're the kind of person that goes to bed at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night to wake up early for work, and then you get home from work at like 5:30 or 6, man, you have a very short window to do this now. I kind of really hate this time window change. Also, the legend frames, like I talked about. Advertising new frames, but here are the old ones.
Advertising new frames, here are the old ones. I never noticed that. That's great. Oh
Sounds
my god.
great, dude. Same patch, bro. Can't make this stuff up.
On the plus sides, at least for the peeps here in the USA, this means for all of us, it means no Guild Wars on maintenance ever. No, like, I hope maintenance ends early because I didn't get my attacks done and now I can do it. There will never be a Guild Wars during maintenance, and that's nice. It also means, for at least for us here in the USA, that Guild Wars ends at 11 p.m. on Friday, so it doesn't cut into your weekend nearly as much, right? So I guess I'm okay with it. But we'll see.
Someone's chat is joking about how that looks AI generated, but like, I don't want to believe it, but yeah, it kind of feels like.
What's this here? Is this to just unlock the shop? The relic pieces? No, the relic pieces are for a relic system inside where you can use your relics to give global buffs to your units, right? You use the relics to enhance based on element, based on class, based on synergies, and you can make your earth elements be stronger attack. You could make your Rangar synergies be more HP. You know, so you can kind of build with the currency that you earn.
Yeah. Basically, you're gonna like flesh out a play style. Like you have an idea of what you want to do, and kind of branch out there, right? Like if you enjoy one play style, like, oh, I really like playing Reingar, then you're gonna invest in Reingar.
Which would be nice if it was repeatable content, didn't cost stamina, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Guild Wars new season, time change. Everybody be aware of the time change. Couple of really important things to point out. Everybody thought, oh, 10 satellites in each fortress, that must mean they're increasing guild size to 39 members, right? No. No.
What's the point of what's the point of having 10 satellites if you can only populate 7 of them? It makes no sense.
I think this might be a shitty translation. I think you might be able to put a varied amount in each one, right? You could do like a Protect the King where you put 10 in the fortresses and only 1 in the central stronghold. But it does say you see
it's up to 7. But it's max per of 7. It doesn't matter. You're still going to 7. So it's like, is it cosmetic? It's like, here's 10 buildings. Like, what funny shape do you want to draw with the 7 you're allowed to slot? I just don't get it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, why? I mean, unless they're planning on expanding guild size in the future, I don't understand why there's 10 satellites, but you can only populate 7 of them. Why aren't there just 7 satellites?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's kind of, I don't know what they're. I legitimately don't know what they're doing.
Because I'll tell you, if it is something where you can instead put like 10 instead of 7, 7, and 7, if you could do 10, 10, and 1. That would allow you to game the system a little bit because the central towers satellites are worth more than the side tower satellites. So you would want to not populate there and give your enemy a chance for more points. Because there's no reason to hit the satellites until everything else is dead. Because you can go straight into the defense towers. You don't have to kill a certain number of satellites. You go straight into the defense towers and strongholds, and once all that shit's done, then you go clean up satellites. It's for tournament.
Well, you mean like the exhibition tournaments, like World Cyber Games, where they have like, you know, the best guilds in Korea versus the best guilds on global?
I still don't understand why having 10 satellites that you can only put 7 in is for tournament though. This chart yeah, we'll get to the chart in a minute, Sputnik. Yeah, I'm aware.
But yeah, now instead of having your 3 defense towers, 1 stronghold, now it's essentially 6 defense towers, 3 strongholds.
Oh, here you go. Remember when I was telling you that bronze, silver, and gold are kind of shambles?
Yeah.
It's enough of a difference on the emblem that it might make people push out of Masters into Challenger. I don't know. Kind of looks like a bird.
I really think the Challenger one is the best looking one.
I really like the gold one, or the champion one, to be honest.
I like Challenger the most, and I think I like Emperor the second most, but I don't like Emperor as much as the old Emperor. I like the crab.
It's too much red. Yeah, I keep thinking about the old one. The old one's so much better. Bronze Gang.
Yeah.
I was concerned. I was initially very concerned about this, but Vic Chun assured me that Smilegate did research based on all the servers rolled together, where placements were, and what guilds were getting 4x and what guilds were getting 5x, and that they stacked this based on that, so there wouldn't be that much of a difference. But realize that there were 150 guilds in the top 30 last season. There were 500 guilds in the top 100 last season. It makes me think that the legend rank is basically all the guilds that were top 6 last season. Emperor rank is basically all the guilds that were top 30 last season. And champion rank is basically all the guilds that were top 100 last season. And if you were below top 2 or 300, you maybe don't even make it into Challenger. You're permanently at 4x. So I'm not a fan. Before it was just get above a certain Havoc point threshold and you could get to 5x. Anybody could get it if they were aggressive enough. And now I'm worried that if a lot of guilds find themselves in this 3 to 4x range, especially this 4x range, this 20 to 40% range, they're going to bail on their guild and go for greener pastures. And it's going to reduce the number of guilds, which exacerbates the problem because there are fewer people down here to populate, making this harder to reach.
Yo, real talk. We always used to joke. I don't know if people still do it because like Vic got legend last season, but people used to joke that Vic Chunland was emperor in RTA. Is Vic Chunland just legend in Guild Wars now? Is that the new Vic Chunland? Is top 32 guilds is Vic Chunland?
We'll have to see on this. He said that Smilegate said in the last post that they very meticulously analyzed the rankings to make sure merging us together wouldn't negatively impact the average ratios that guilds were getting, but this is a pretty big shift. I don't know any guild so bad that they couldn't get out of 2x that was actively playing and trying. And now that's 40% of the fucking guilds on the server. Unless 40% of the guilds are inactive, maybe they are. I don't know. This just feels weird. I don't like the Hall of Trial style ranking. Maybe it makes more sense, but I liked it being a score achievement, not a percentage based.
Yeah, I've always hated that Guild Wars is like the vehicle which drives how you acquire the most rare units in the game. It's like you have to engage with the system in order to actually get the units you need to play the game.
They took 3 hours on a Sunday to glance at the data. That's not true. You know that's not true. They had the best AIs coming through that data. If your guild can't get 5x, too bad. This is the same reason why AI got nerfed to the ground.
Yep. So yeah, I see this is going to be merging all of the servers and then seeing this. My fear is pretty much the same as yours, there's Tristen, where I'm just like, I am worried that there will be a huge swath of the player base that will have reduced mystic medals under the system, and they won't be able. They'll have an even harder time getting characters.
If that's the case, it'll crush morale. It'll crush morale, and it will make guilds disband as people go seek greener pastures.
Yep, and that's to say, I'm not trying to like be the doomsayer because I know people think I'm like this doomsayer, but like so far, track record is not good for reworks. Hall of Trials rework is kind of bad. Arena rework is definitely very bad. So I'm hoping that they don't drop the ball. The good thing is that, you know, you have like Vic and a couple of other people who are very vocal about Guild Wars. So if the new Guild Wars sucks, you will have some very loud and angry people, you know, screaming to fix it.
Ooh, speaking of loud and angry, Sue, Lisandro just said, I was in the same guild for 5 years, and the moment this was shown, we disbanded. Top 100 guild, by the way.
I believe it, because as I said in my video earlier today, merging the servers, right? Like, you might think it's an absolute win, right? Oh, global can now fight Europe. Europe can fight Japan. You know, Asia can fight Korea. It actually just says there's not enough people on certain sections of the server for them to have meaningful like fights, right? Like Europe might be such a dead server that there's only like 20 really active guilds. So by merging everybody together, it's basically saying that the player base has dwindled, and this is our like clever way to mask it. But, you know, unless you're really, really careful about how you do reward distribution, it just makes it very feast or famine, because now that you're essentially all jammed in a phone booth together, you're all going to be fighting for what little space is there.
See, that's my concern, Sue. The highlighted options here, my concern is that there's only going to be a couple of EU guilds, a handful of EU guilds, a handful of JP guilds, that the servers are very, very small. Look at the number of people they are able to field for World Cup, for example, compared to the other servers. The population is much, much smaller. So I'm worried that there will be only a handful of guilds that are in this 5x range, and the rest are going to be down here getting demoralized and disbanding. And that's not good for servers that are already struggling to
that
take
actually-
communities and kill communities.
I just realized, so somebody like Deity who's on like EU server, he's on EU server, so he can't just join a global guild.
Yeah.
So he's just like, super screwed, like under this system. Like if there's just no top 32 guild, like there's no EU guild that's capable of taking that top 32 legend, because EU is a server that's just always perpetually behind global because they started later. He's just screwed. That's awful. It's just like that. Like what is that? That's a terrible system.
Us and the Parabellum guilds are shifting members and leaders to try to soften the blow. Yeah, I mean, we really got to see how it's going to go, right? I mean, this could be much ado about nothing, and it could be fine. I'm concerned. I'm concerned because guilds are community, and community is the lifeblood of this game. And when you do things that disbands guilds, that disbands discords, that make people feel demoralized, that consolidate guilds, it isn't good for the lifeblood of the community to lose their community. Hold this with bated breath and optimism.
That's what I'm going to try to do. I always try to be as optimistic as I can.
So,
I call it like I see it, but I will literally always hold out for hope.
Other things that are a little bit different, Sue, is how much damage you have to do in a guild war. Same number of members. We assume the same amount of damage per attack, right? 120 damage on a win, 60 damage on a draw, right?
Yep. So less health, yeah.
Or one win, less loss, etc., etc. So we've got existing. We had 1,500 and 2,400. So that's what? 3,900 HP between the to basically drop the three bigs, 3,900, and then you're farming satellites. Satellites are the same value, so it's about the same, but 3,900 HP to drop the bigs. Now you've got 2,400 in strongholds and 2,700 in defense towers. So that's 27 and 24. That's 5,100.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's what math's getting a little bit hard now, but that's like what, about 1,700 more HP you have to do with the same amount of attacks. 10 extra hits. Is it only 10 extra hits? Because one weird thing is
Well, so look at it this way. Right? Look at it this way, right? The optimal way to do it before was 2 defense towers down to open the stronghold, knock down the stronghold, right? Then go back for the other defense tower. So to get like the ball rolling, like obviously this doesn't apply to like the top end guilds because they'll just knock down everything. But for like the casual, like most obvious guild, it was 1,600 to open the stronghold, then knock down the stronghold. That's 31. Yeah. Under the new system, you only have to knock down 4 of the defense towers, and then I guess like, right, 3 of the strongholds. So what is that? Is that how much of a difference?
You have to knock down 4 of them to expose the central stronghold, and then you have to knock down the last 2 in the central stronghold or in central keep to expose the central stronghold.
Yeah. Is it one of the defense towers to open the stronghold under the new system, or is it both of them to open the stronghold? Because I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah.
At least one of the 2 defense towers in each fortress must be. You are right. You are right.
Yeah.
So you only have to drop 3 of these to get at the strongholds.
Yeah. So then that would be, what is that? 1,350, and then the three strongholds is 2,400. It's 3,750.
It's practically the same.
Yeah, so it's 3,750 under the new system to get the ball rolling, and it was 3,900 on the last one to get the ball rolling. So yeah,
okay.
It's technically, if you want to play optimally, it's harder to play optimally now. Which honestly, I'm good with that, because that really it adds something that separates the best guilds, right? Because it's like you have to play tighter, right, instead to get those high scores, right? Because before I only needed to get, what was that, 4,700. In order to basically reap the vast majority of the rewards before going after the satellites. Now I have to go for, what did you say that was again? 2,700 plus another 24 is 51. So it's a lot more. Right? It's a lot more. You have to play against the stronger towers more under the new system in order to get max rewards.
Right. You have to you have to drop the left and the right to expose the middle, right? So you have to go into the left side tower and kill one defense tower and then murder its stronghold. And then you gotta go to the right side, murder one defense tower and murder its stronghold, and that will make the central keep appear where you can murder one defense tower and the stronghold. So you get all of that to get the points. And then you can go back with what's left, because that's going to be your maximum points. You can go back with what's left and take out the remaining 3 defense towers and then farm satellites. The central defense towers are worth 800. The central strongholds worth 1500. And then the side ones are worth a little bit less, right? 1300 and 700. The thing to note too is the satellites, the 7 satellites, and you're right here, dude. It says 7 and then 14, so there's no mix and mashing them. I don't get it. I don't get it why we have 10. So yeah, if you're going to farm, man, you farm the 7 that are in the middle first. So theoretically, you stack it up like this: your strongest units in the other than your mains, right? Your 9 mains. You put your strongest non-mains in the central tower, because those are ones that are going to get farmed. They're worth 50 more per kill. Whereas the satellites are not worth as much in the side towers.
I'm reading ahead, but yeah, I love the note-taking feature, by the way.
Yes. I also like that guild captains and above, the vice captains and captains can place notes without attacking. Only members who attack can write down or edit notes. So if you attack and you discover it's like a 400 speed ran, you can put that note on the tower. But before the guild war even starts, captains can put marching orders. Everyone focus on this defense tower first. Don't spread out. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Captains can put in marching orders, and then people who attack can put in notes based on what they found.
I think this is actually like overall a really
this is the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a really good
coordination.
Well, that plus also the next thing, the hidden records. Like, I think that this is something that's if you're in a really high end guild, right? Like, if you're in a very high rank guild, a lot of these changes, I think, are things you're probably really excited about, right? This one was the thing that I thought was the best, the hidden records. If you're in a top 100 guild, people can't look at your defense record. So one of the things that obviously happens in like top 100 guild wars is you go in, you look at it and go, I don't get what the gimmick is with this team. And then like you go in, you try to scout it, and maybe you don't get the win, and that defense surprises you in some way because it has like, oh, this thing's on holy sack, or this thing's way faster than you think it is, or whatever have you, or there's an unintended interaction you didn't account for.
Mm-hmm.
And then that picks up all the defense wins, and then once it gets figured out, it's like, oh, okay, it's figured out, we beat it. And then I look at it as the guild that's fighting you next week if you haven't changed it, and I go, oh, well, what did the last guild use to beat it? And then I just use that, and then I just easily beat it. So now that the war history is like hidden in against top guilds, I literally have the ability to fine tune and make like a really like awesome defense that's like got some kind of cool gotcha trick, and people are less likely to discover how to beat it, right? So it doesn't create this like defense fatigue where it's like I have to change my defense every single war to keep my opponents on their toes. Maybe I'll only need to change it every other one.
It goes live on Sunday night, Monday, meta. You know what else this is about too, right, Sue? Somebody's pointed out in chat. This is about their top 32 tournament. Because the guilds that make it into the top 32 tournament will never not be top 100. I mean, other than probably day 1 or 2, they're going to be top 100 really freaking early on. So it prevents tracking. It prevents people from recording their fights, scraping their data, and getting information to kind of figure out what they're running, what their defenses are, and go into the tournament with that information. Because people in this game, they will scrape and spreadsheet anything. And speaking of which, for those of you who relied heavily on this, let me put this I'll do it this way. Give me a second here. I got to move this around. Those of you who relied on Fribbles, oh, it's not letting me do it.
The defense tracker?
Yeah. Hang on, I can do this a different way. Display capture. Turn this off and then do this. There we go. You guys remember this thing right here? The Fribbles Guild War defense tracker. You could put in what the enemy's defense was and hit search and get the answer on what's the best way to fight it. Look at this.
Well, yeah, how could it?
Yep. And he's not interested. Well, how could it? Easily the top, only the top 100. The other 9,000 guilds participating, you could still scrape data from them.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, I got that, but like, correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't Fribbles moved on to Hoyo Games?
He's got a staff that still maintains it. That's why the Fribbles engine still works.
Oh, okay. I did not actually know that. I know that he moved, like he himself, the primary person, doesn't do E7 anymore. So I just thought this was like legacy people maintaining it for him, like his original code.
It is pretty much. It's legacy people, but he still pops in, I guess, once in a while. But yeah, so I guess this is a good thing, right? For those top one, for 90% of the population, this doesn't matter for anything, right? Will this Guild War revamp be good for casual players? I don't think it'll be any different. It's still building 3v3 teams to fight other 3v3 teams, and the people that do the most damage win the war, and the people that don't lose the war. I think it's kind of the same, unless this ranking system seriously shits on guilds that normally were 5x and are now 3 and 4x. That's the one big question I have is, am I going to start hearing from people saying our guild, it used to take us a week or two to get there, but we were always 3 to 4x or we were always 5x, and now we're struggling to stay in 4 and we're slipping into 3 all the time. There's one other thing, and I have had people argue with me on this, but I think I'm reading it correctly. If the player yields or disconnects before a hero dies, which used to save the hero's life, right? You could use the hero in other fights, but the enemy has already used a skill to attack, the hero will now be considered dead. That to me says you go into a fight, they AoE attack you, they cleave you, and you quickly hit pause before you've taken damage and you yield the fight. No, fam, those units are dead. Somebody else used a skill. You go into a fight and it kills everybody on your team except for ML Luna, and you're like, oh well, I took the wrong units in and they got killed, or I got unlucky and it crit my Auden and killed my Auden. At least I can save my Luna for another fight. No, if you yield, your Luna's dead too. No more saving units from yields or disconnects. Now, of course, if you disconnect and you reconnect to the game and continue the fight, that's a different story. But if you just stay disconnected and never go back in, let your 30 minutes wind out, or you know, no more saving units in a fight. This, I think, if I'm reading this right, and some people say, no, that's not what they mean. I'm like, well, that's exactly what they say. So unless this is a very bad translation, you can't use this tactic anymore. And I think this is going to make cleave defenses a much bigger thing, right? With the goal not necessarily of killing your team, but killing a couple of units, forcing you to yield, or just basically losing a couple of units to make it harder for you to progress deeper in the fight because you got to do more fights. So yeah, I think expect to see a lot more cleave and a lot less tank down on defenses.
Yeah, my when I first saw this, I actually was pretty happy with this because like it never felt like it should have worked this way. It all felt like everyone was just using an exploit in Guild Wars for the last like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And so like to see this, I was like, oh, okay, great. So like we're just raising the skill cap of Guild Wars. That's fine.
I
do think the best
so.
guild, basically the best guilds are the best guilds. Like
it
there's
sucks
like
though, right?
There's less room for error.
I mean, it sucks though, right? Like if you take your your cleave team in that has 100% chance to win, but oops, you forgot to put the artifact on there, or you grabbed the wrong version of your unit, and then you realize it, and you've got it, and you go, oh well, at least I can yield out and do it on. Nope, sorry, you picked the wrong unit. Your whole team's fucked, and you can't try it again later. So there is a double edge to that sword, Sue. So I'm not sure how I feel about this yet, but it is a big change people need to be aware of. Don't think you can yield out of a fight and get out with some units alive. That seems to be gone. Isn't this semi-merged since we can fight most of the servers? This is heavy filtering. It's not a merge, it's just they're making Guild Wars act just like RTA, right? You go into RTA, you draft, and it'll say Asia server versus global server, right? But there's still no interaction. You can't join the same guilds. You can't be on each other's friend lists. You can't help each other out in battles. The servers are still, like, independent. There's just commingling of the fights just like there is in RTA. In fact, right now, the only competitive thing that is server-specific anymore is regular banner arena. 2 new items will be added to the guild shop, Sue. Greater modification selection chest, which is great. I always need these. You can buy these once a week for 200 armbands. It's a hefty price, but I'll probably pay it. I never have enough mod chests.
Yep.
Random 85 epic gear for 500 armbands twice a month.
That's a scam.
Dude, it's 1,000 armbands. Coincidentally, the same amount of the Guild War amount you get from the Guild War Celebration Pack.
This one's actually a scam. It's got random substats, dude. Like this is
it's not just random substats, it's random substats, random main stat. You could do this and get flat HP boots on Unity set. Yeah, 23 gear score piece. Just go farm Wyvern.
Yeah, this is pretty
for
trash.
500 armbands. This should be a freaking selector, or have like fixed stats, be like Ancient Inheritance kind of gear, something that's worth. This is terrible. Again, another scam that's going to impact the most vulnerable players, the newer players who just don't know any better, and that sucks. You think I'm wrong? Why would a unit die if they didn't take fatal damage? If the enemy has already used a skill to attack and the player yields before the hero dies, you haven't died, you'll be considered dead. Why do I think that? Because they specifically say it in as plain of English as they can. If you yield and you're not dead, but your enemy has done something, you're dead.
Hey, Tristen, back again, and ready to intoll my new Guild War attacks.
Exactly, the unit has to take fatal damage. Okay, so the way you're reading this is they took damage, they're 0 health, but they haven't puffed into the black smoke yet, and you quickly pause and yield to get out. But if they kill 2 of your units and one's left alive, you can yield out and take that unit out.
How Inori is saying it, that's how I always interpret it, Tristen. Basically, if it's a move and it would kill a unit and you yield when they would have died, it doesn't save it anymore. That's how I interpreted it as well.
I guess it could go either way, and I think that would be okay. I actually think I would be okay with that.
I think if the character should have died and you yield to save it, it shouldn't save it. Like, I've always felt that's an exploit.
They should have said if a unit takes lethal damage and a player yields or disconnects before that hero dies. Or if before a hero dies, but the enemy already used a skill that applied lethal damage. You know, they should have said that. And it's weird that they didn't include that in there, and it could just be because Smogate doesn't know how to write a fucking sentence. But I guess we'll see. What Inori and Greater are saying makes more sense and would be more fair, but that's certainly not what it says. So we'll have to see. So if your opponent ran goes first and you yield right away, you save. As long as that ran didn't do enough damage, but I don't think Yeah, I mean, if you yielded before he actually hit, you should be good based on what Anori and Grader are saying. If we go based on what me and Evan are saying and what the letter of the wording here, then no. But I mean, you can never trust the letter of Smilegate wordings. They are terrible at forming a complete sentence.
Yep. Like I said, I think the way that it should work is that if your character would die, you can't yield to save it. Like that's like if it's I use like my Ran S3 and you yield even though the move wouldn't have killed you, you lose all 3 units. That's stupid. That's like absolutely like, what are you doing?
Case in point. Based on the wording, designer Lilibet should not be impacted by Harsetti. But she is, because Smilegate sucks at writing sentences. Right? Remember when we all thought she would be okay in versus Harsetti because the way this is worded, this doesn't happen while it's Harsetti's turn. And ironically, the way this is written in, I know in other languages, I know specifically the way this is written in German, is worded completely differently. So yeah, it's I'm actually leaning more towards what Anori and you and Grader are saying, that this is about getting that, seeing the damage coming in and slamming yield before they go to dust and getting out and saving the unit's life, which really does feel more like a fix.
Yep.
So we'll see. I hope you guys are right, because that would actually be good. Take Light Acades for EE, for example. They can't English? Yeah. Well, they aren't Englishing, right? They're Koreaning. And then they're feeding the Korean into Google AI Translate.
Yeah, that's becoming increasingly more apparent as time goes on.
Yep. 2 new background music's great. Suck, Cesar Teayu. Real quick before we do this, because this is a whole ass conversation, let me just slide down to these EEs real quick, because it's kind of germane to what we were saying. Unbridled potential.
Yep.
That's funny, because I don't see the word unbridled potential. Oh, did they fix it? They fixed it last minute. Those sons of bitches.
It was like a different name before.
It was a totally different name. They stealth patched it. What was it? What did it say before?
Let me go check because I probably have it in my video from this morning. That'll be pretty funny to go look at.
Hang on, I've got it.
Power Unleashed.
Power Unleashed, yeah. It used to say Power Unleashed, because that's what Google Translate translated the Korean wording into.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
So the exclusive equipment, while we're down here, so more effectiveness for Veronica, who I guess it just makes it a little easier to build. She didn't really need the effectiveness.
Yeah, it's fine. I play an effectiveness one for those of you guys who like didn't build one.
I mean, what else are you gonna give her, right?
Certainly not speed. It would just be attack.
Certainly not speed.
Yeah,
Holy
like
crap.
nobody, like everybody plays a crit next, so like that was worthless. So like it's just attacker F. Like that's all you're giving her.
Okay, so we got 3 skills here, right? Vampire Hunter. At the end of someone's turn, when the enemy is immortal, grants increased attack to the caster for 1 turn. My assumption, Sue, is this is for people who put a little bit of damage on Veronica, so they can use her to, after she strips it, they can use her to proc BBK again, so that she'll cycle again and just kill BBK faster, right? Is there any other application of this one?
Yeah, not really, because like I've been playing, like I said, the effectiveness version of the character. I play like 200 like plus F, so that way if you're on ER BBK, I can still tag you. But that comes at the drawback of not having enough attack to proc the immortality if it's a really good BBK. So like this is pretty much for that, I think.
I have a question. Will Ruel be usable even if you yield, since she has a revive passive? That's a really interesting one, right? If they do lethal damage to Ruel and one other unit, and you try to yield out, I think no. I think if you yield out when they both dust, they're both gone. But if you wait and let Ruel come back, then you can yield and save Ruel. The first unit though, the other unit was just deado regardless.
Yep.
How long is maintenance? About another 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
Vampire Hunter increases the combat race by an additional 30%. That gets her up to 80% CR push.
Yep. Basically,
Holy shit. Yep.
People like to do, if you take Veronica, right, and they already have BBK, they like to take like Abyssal and they like lock it behind band protection or something, and it's just like, okay, well, this is the EE for that. This is basically saying like, hey, that Abyssal that you kept trying to pick to stop me from killing your BBK, it don't work no more.
Yeah. And then the last one, Chain Explosion, decreases the combat race of the target by 50% when using Chain Explosion. That's our S3, right?
Yup. This is really good for like, this is obviously very good with Teayu, which we'll talk about after this. And just if you're already the aggressor, if you already play like very fast, aggressive Veronica, that's probably the one you're going to play.
So I think you got I think you got like the EE of choice for people who play damage Veronica, the EE of choice who are tired of having Abyssal Eufiend shit all over their BBK killing adventures, and you have got the one for people who are running her as an opener aggro cleave and want to use her with Teayu.
Yep. So like these are just all good. There's no bad one here.
Yeah, I think the majority of people will go with these two. But yeah, each one has its own. This is really, really good, right? I like it when I like it when EEs have actual uses.
Yeah, this is like one of the best EEs we've gotten in a very long time, because usually we get exclusive equipment and it's just like
BBK.
One that's one that's broken, one that's like it's situational, and the other is like, oh, give it 10% damage because we couldn't figure out what to do with it.
Or worse yet, you get EEs that are like, there's only one good one, and you just keep spending currency until you get it, like BBKs.
Yep.
Infinite Horizon Acades. So I misspoke in my video. I said that Horizon was like one of the faster Soul Weavers in the game, and it's just because I'm used to her being built so damn fast. She's actually pretty slow, isn't she?
As a general rule of thumb, Soul Weavers are like, aside from Knights, they're the slowest class in the game. Only really Taros Soul Weavers are fast. Every other Soul Weaver starts slow.
Like Desert Jewel, right?
Yeah. Desert Jewel is Sagittarius, and even then he's not that fast. He's like 110 or like 111, right? It's literally just Taros, which is like 117 or 119. Yep. It's the one that Freed is. Whatever one Freed is, that's the only fast one. Everything else is slow. Like, people think, oh, Diane's so fast, and it's just like, Diane's like 104, guys. Chill out. She's not that fast.
With my best speed gear after this EE hits, mine's going to be like in the mid to upper 290 speeds, right? If I did that. So I mean, she could theoretically be opener level speeds, but she's more likely going to be a slower opener, right? Not a I race with her opener, but I see the person's tanking down, I can clearly use this as an opener unit. Unbridled Potential grants stealth to the target for 2 turns, so she is able to put stealth. I had somebody earlier say, oh my god, permanent 2-turn stealth on Tori. Stealth still dispels when you get hit, so it really what this does is it lets you CR push a unit up, let that unit act, and then the unit still has 1 turn of stealth on it.
Yeah, this is a good one. I think this one's like, it's certainly usable. It depends, I think, on how you play Acades, right? Or like what you're trying to use it for, because there's like essentially 2 ways you can really play the character right now. You can play her like 220, 230 speed with like a bunch of bulk, and that one is pretty good versus New Moon Luna, and it's also still very good versus like Harsetti if you don't pre-banner for whatever reason. Like, that one's pretty good. And then the other one that you're going to see here probably in a second, the Unbridled Potential on the second one, the one that gives 20% CR. The other way people play the character is on like Soul Consolation at like a 250 speed breakpoint. And that one has just got enough CR where it's used like Sage Balances on, right? Like, oh, like the Cleave guy used his defense break on turn 1 or whatever, his setup skill. All right, cool, Acades cuts in front of his second character and undoes it all. So
all you guys are saying, please no 2-turn stealth more, 2-turn stealth this, 2-turn stealth that. It's a 40% CR push. Unless she S2's a base speed unit, that unit's going to get a turn and then it's a 1-turn stealth. Okay, half of the units people are saying, oh, 2-turn stealth on. It's going to get a turn, and then it's a 1-turn stealth. But as was pointed out in chat, her S2 gives a fat barrier, so it's going to be hard to knock that unit out of stealth once it's stealthed.
Yep. And then the third one here, matter reconstruction, giving healing. No one cares. That move didn't heal for.
Nope. It says
anyway.
Grants the stealth when using the skill. That means they use the skill, the unit pushes up, it takes a turn, it loses a round of stealth. Now it's at the bottom of the line with just 1 turn of stealth.
Yeah, so it's basically for this EE, it's just take your pick. Do you need the stealth? Because if you don't need the stealth, just take the CR push. That's it in a nutshell, I think.
Yeah, this lets you do some nasty things, but I think this is very niche and situational. I really think the increased combat readiness, taking her from a 40% push to a 60% push, that makes her the strongest CR push in the game that's not named Veronica, right? Well, no, because this is push anybody. This is the strongest push in the game that's not 100% push.
Yeah, basically.
And what's interesting too is a 40% push gets cut in half. It's 20%. This brings it back up to a 40% push. So this, no, sorry, a 30% push. This would get cut half too. So it almost mitigates the impact of Abyssal Euphine, right? A 30% push is better than a 20% push, so it can help there. But yeah, a 60% push though, that lets just about anything in the game take a turn.
Nope.
Except for the most base of base speed units, especially considering she's probably not the fastest. You know, she's probably not going to be built like 300 and some odd speed. The other units are going to move up a little bit. I think this is probably my favorite. I think this is one of those, like you said, Sue, where we get a one that's busted good, crazy broken, one that's kind of situationally used, and one that's just garbage. 15% extra healing.
We didn't try.
We didn't try.
We couldn't think of a third one that was compelling. Like, you couldn't have made it so like matter reconstruction when you use it, it gives like a barrier guaranteed or something. Like, it could have done anything here, right? It gives like 10% CR to the whole team. Nothing. Like, literally, like, that was off the top of my dome, and it feels like we could have gotten some.
This middle one definitely reads like it's for aggro, it's for aggressive playing, where you want to control the tempo of the team, you're wanting to make sure your units move forward, you want to use it to bridge things for sure. Whereas this one feels more like a tank down slower player, where they just slotted her in there to deal with debuffs, and then they can stealth the slowest, tankiest unit on your team. So yeah, there are different play styles, but this is a unit that's more commonly used in aggro than in tank down. At least that's what I've seen.
It's like I say, it's preference. Like, for me, I'm probably playing the stealth one because I play like a 220 speed Acades with like 2000 defense and like 22k HP. So like I'm literally like a brick wall on my Acades. I don't want Luna to be able to defense break me and kill my Acades. I just wanted to sit there forever so that Luna can't press the S3. So for that team, I want the stealth because I'm just trying to be as frustrating and annoying as possible. But as Anori was saying in the chat, the other one, the CR push, if you're just using her to disrupt aggro or to just take over the game to be a tempo, then you play that one. These are both good. Both 1 and 2 are good. Like, overall, both of these exclusive equipments are very good.
Also, I'll remind people, Unbridled Potential is a 2-turn cooldown skill on a unit that just got a lot more speed. She's going to cycle as crazy. She's going to be 2-turn stealth. She's going to stealth something, push up, it'll take a turn, it'll be stealthed. By the time that unit gets rid of that stealth, she's going to be able to stealth it again. Yep. It'll be like permanent uptime on any unit that's slower than her.
Man, I'm just thinking about the possibilities. You have like Dragon Bride Senya with Acades in the back with like a DPS and then ML Rat, and you just stealth the other DPS. It's like,
oh my god, stop. Stealth ML Rats. Ugh.
It's like you have to go through the Senya to get to anybody else. Ugh.
Oh, I said I can do a upper 290s Horizon. I'm not going to. I'm not going to strip my best openers to do this, but and except maybe for like testing day, but we'll see. Real quick on the Epic Pass, it is a standard, thank God, normal Epic Pass. Everything in it that is usually in it, it all works the same as they've always worked, and it's a 900 Skystone skin. I was really worried with the Tory lobby art that we've just decided that we're going to sell skins for a shit ton more. It's nice to see that it's a 900 Skystone skin. And I'm not being facetious, guys. It says 1800 here, but 1800 gets you both packs. So if you bought this one first, this would change to 900.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a normal pack.
All right, so
yeah, and there's
left?
10 skin tickets in it.
Talk about Teayu.
Let's talk about Teayu asked.
Teayu asked, yeah.
Oh, and for those who care, you got 2 more chapters of going back to high school coming at you. Epic 7's least favorite Moonlight Theater, and I'm pretty sure I say that with authority because I believe there was polls done, and it was by far and away the least liked, significantly less liked than Runway Fighter. But here we are with the 2nd season of this, while we only have 1 season of actual liked ones. So I really hope that we're done with Natalon High School and we get on with other stuff. If you like Natalon High School, I'm happy for you. You're getting some more content.
Is part 2 of that seriously called Burning Back Alley?
Yes, it is called Burning Back Alley.
Nah, no, you can't. No, I'm good. Just go Teayu. Go to Teayu.
Okay. Knee-jerk reaction, Sue. Great unit or the greatest unit?
I guess you just put me down for great unit.
I not since ML Hua Young have I seen a more like contested unit. We've got like people saying she's the most busted thing ever. We got people, or he's the most busted thing ever. We got people saying he's absolute gutter trash. So anytime you have discourse like that, discord amongst the creators and top end RTA fighters, I strongly recommend you do not log in first thing in the morning and pull this guy. I think you don't touch this banner unless you're a collector or he's just your husbando and you got to have him. You don't touch this banner until the chefs have had some time to cook.
Can you scroll down on his kit real fast? I want to read something because apparently they changed something in his kit. Let me scroll down. It's on. Read S3. Let me go read S3. Caster's granted invocation. It's not possession anymore. Is that a typo? When the caster is granted invocation,
it's got to be a typo.
There's no way that has to be like Google Translate again. Yeah, it has to be AI translation because people pointed this out to me after I did my video on it. They're just like, why does he have invocation now?
I mean, he's in the game. Unfortunately, I can't check right now, but he's in the game in the journal, right?
It's like, what is invocation? And it's just like, chef.
Yeah, no, this is Google AI Translate just fucking up again, guys. This isn't anything special. Okay. My biggest concern with Teayu is he's a focus-based unit, and that means all the resource reduction units that are OP right now are going to crap all over him and make him hard to play. I mean, it means he is a 4-5 pick cleave unit at best. You can't lock him. You can't protect him on 3 because you will just get hard countered if you do. And if you wait until 4-5, he will just get banned if you don't already have ways to deal with them. So I don't know. I'm not seeing it, but I know people who are way better at this game than I am think there's like, is there anything he can't do? He's going to ruin the game. He's going to be unstoppable. So
I think he's very strong, but he's very fair because there's a lot of counterplay to him. Like, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a unit that's like, hey, if you don't have a counter to him, he's going to just run you over. But like, he has like accessible counters. I'm okay with that. I think he's a perfectly good unit, right? I think he's strong, but not too strong. And like I actually want that. I want units that feel strong, but aren't broken. And also, like, my not so hot take, by the way, because you're like, oh, there's a lot of things that counter. Bro, can we just like get rid of or rework Sea Phantom Politis? Like, this unit just bottlenecks way too much stuff in this game. It's really, it's kind of obnoxious. Like, it's actually like ruining like unit design. The fact that we're even sitting here going like, is Teayu worth it? Well, I don't know, because of Politis, like, kind of speaks to how problematic Politis is.
I wanted to use Teayu, but then he caught syphilis. Thanks for that. Thanks for that one, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, but like
he works
Elvira's
with Poly. Well, yeah, he works with Poly, but how are you gonna pick both?
Yeah, just
Poly Poly does enable him, right? But I don't know. We'll see, right?
Yeah, see what Jisaku is saying on YouTube, he's broken, and then the community goes, oh, so he's trash. Got it. Like, I really wish that was not the case. Like, he might be legitimate, unplayable trash, or he might be broken. We really don't know. The community's really divided on it, and that's why the move, the smart move, is to wait and see, and then pull authority. It's just anytime a unit comes out, and I'm like, I think this is good. Like, you know, I think he's fine. The general consensus is, well, if it ain't broken, it's not that good. And I'm like, why does everybody have that opinion? Like, can't units just be like fine and fun?
It's like one of the top comments, right? Let me look. It might even be the top comment.
Like, I don't know. Where did we get to that point?
Third comment. ML Teayu is bad. He is underwhelming. How many times are we going to do this?
I mean, that was the same thing when Bystander came out. I was like, oh, Bystander seems really good. She seems kind of strong.
It's the same thing when Albedo came out. It's the same thing when Abyssal Yufine came out. It's the same thing when Karena came out. It's the same thing when Shu came out. It's the same thing when Peyra came out. It always happens. Anytime a unit comes out that is not clearly mind-bogglingly, gut-wrenchingly broken like Landy or Harsetti or Luna, then they're instantly bad. And then a few weeks later, I love the ML Peyra is so bad. The people calling for buffs. Is this guy calling for buffs? My suggestion is, yes, he's actually saying we should buff him before he's even tested. Can you imagine if they buffed Albedo? You imagine if they went ahead and said, yeah, the community's right, let's go ahead and buff Peyra before she's even out. Peyra is like one of the top 10 most used, highest win rate units in the game across all levels of play, and people like said they were bad. His suggestions a nerf, by the way. His decreases CR by 30%, return, yeah. Whatever, I don't care. It's still, you need to give it a chance to see if it's good or not before you... How can you say he's bad? How many rounds have you played with ML Teayu?
You haven't played any.
I think he is probably very counterable, but if you get him through and he gets a turn off, he's going to destroy things. The question is, in the fight, he's going to always win. He will lose in the draft phase. If you can get him through the draft phase properly, I think he's going to destroy things. What counters him? Anything with resource reduction, anything that stops focus, C-Poly, Elvira, that'll all slow him down. That's a big problem for him.
I actually think he's like a strong, balanced hero, and like I don't know. People are like, oh, but like he gets countered by this thing. I'm like, well, yeah, but if your opponent doesn't have that,
I said Solitaria. I meant Solly as in C-Poly. I'm sorry, it's my bad. It's late. Oh yeah, Eligos shits on him too. Benny Maru.
Look, and Nori, like I 100% hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, this character will just, like, based on what his kit does, he will destroy you if you don't have a way to contest him. Like, it's not like the character, like, is just fine and then has, like, counters. It's like you better have a counter for this guy because he will otherwise rip your team to shreds. I'm okay with that being the character. The character probably, like, legit kills your whole team. Like, he just destroys your whole team if you don't have an answer to him at the ready.
Oh, ML Luna. ML Luna shits on him too.
Oh, yeah. Like, ML Luna destroys him, C Phantom Politis destroys him. But, like, let's be real. Both of those units are broken. Okay, that unit's bad. We're not going to talk about it. I don't even entertain that as a real unit.
Knockwall.
If Knockwall outspeeds your team, you're supposed to be the aggressor if you're playing Teayu. Right? But, like, I get it. Like, Luna and C Phantom destroy him. I got that. Like,
Luna shits on 90% of the units. This is true. This is true.
Not even 90. She and C Phantom shit on like 98% of the game. So, like, the problem isn't Teayu. Your problem is with Luna and Politis.
ML Luna was so overtuned they had to make Harsetti.
Yeah,
that worked out great.
Like,
how much of an APOC is a problem? Let's drop Hua Young. Answer was Harsetti for Luna, right?
I think if they just peeled back like one or two things, like, I know they don't want to break their no nerf policy, but like, if you got rid of the skill effect nullifier on Luna, if you got rid of the resource reduction C Phantom Politis, right, we're good. This guy would crush. He'd be amazing.
Oh, doesn't Zio work against him pretty well too?
He works with it against Zio. Yeah, Zio's probably one of his best teammates. So, like,
yeah, all the things that work against him work with him. Well, not all the things, but most of the things, right? C Poly works great with him.
It just comes down to, so Teayu is a unit that's really good if you have turn one. So just have turn one. Like, that's it. That's what he's designed for. If you are the kind of person that tries to take turn one at all costs, Teayu's your man. If he's not, then maybe he's not for you.
Nice lineup of the texture, Smilegate. Good job. Okay.
Like, I'm super good with a character that's just, if I have turn one, I get to strip all your buffs, death break your whole team. It's non-contact, so it doesn't trigger too many BS passes, and then I just get to run over your team. He's just a setup. He's a cleave pivot.
So, I'm just going back to what I said before. I'm standing by my guns. You don't touch this unit until 3 or 4 days have gone by and you see how he plays out. Unless you're a collector, unless he's husbando, unless you don't mind swiping. Let the chefs cook. Yeah, right, Joe? Let the chefs cook. And then make an informed decision, because he could go either way. I'm leaning towards he's not going to be that good. I know other people who've said he's going to be the best thing ever. We'll see how it lands.
I think his worst case scenario is that he just is a monster Guild War offense unit.
I think his worst case scenario is he's a 4 or 5 pick that's a must ban, so you can slam him and get your other 4 units through. We went over the skin. Don't pull on this banner, don't pull on this banner, don't pull on Tam when she's up. A new Hall of Trials boss is going to be Death Dealer Ray. Yay. Everyone loves fighting Ray. Other improvements and adjust. I memed so hard in the video. One guy said he was just listening to me on audio, and I really got him. Because I listed things we actually cared about being changed. But there's really nothing here that's being changed that really has any impact on the game. Unless you like the dialogues when New Kid Auden runs into Step Bro Teayu. And this is where it's confirmed. World Arena Leagues will be resigned too. So the World Arena is also getting the new emblems. And error fixes, and then they're doing the arena change that's not going to change anything. And that is it, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, a great update. The greatest update of 2025 so far.
Yeah. Hopefully, like, onwards and upwards, right? Excelsior.
Onwards and upwards. Yep. To sum up, Sue, on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you rate this patch, this update?
I'm feeling a strong 7 to like a light 8, like somewhere around there. I think it's like, there's a lot of good stuff in this patch. Brawl is very good. I'm excited to see if Guild Wars like reinvigorates what that game mode for me. Like, I want it to succeed, right? I'm nervous because, like I said, so far not a great track record on revamps, but you know, just hopefully it ends up being really good. I think Teayu is an exciting character, even for me. Like I've been playing a lot of aggro, like trying to learn to play aggro this season. So I'm with Sputnik. I wanted to. Before you would go Zio on 300 ban pick protect, and then you try to force through like Ludwig, Rwana, but that's Rwana's pretty counterable, right? And then obviously if you show Ludwig on 4, that's not so great either because then Bellion comes down, right? So being able to show Teayu on 4 and then maybe like Ludwig on 5, that sounds like a pretty good pivot. You know, I'm hoping I get him. I would like to mess around with the character, right? There's things to do, right? That like I can tinker and I can explore and I can have fun and there's systems for me to learn, right? And I can converse with my fellow players and figure out like, how do we feel about these new systems? Have you figured out this strategy for Brawl? Like, what tech trees are you going down, right? There's things to discuss and things to do, and that for now is enough. Do I want to see more? Yeah, but for now that's enough.
What artifact Miracle Made Kingdom was the microphone piece of? Oh yeah, you know what? Right, we got that microphone, right? The friendship boosting microphone from Miracle Made Kingdom. So people have a shot at getting that again, right?
Hopefully.
What artifact for Teayu? Stiggers, Pipit, symbol. I think you're on something, Joe. I think Pure White Trust to get him some
Pure White
souls.
Trust is very good.
I think it's good on him.
You also get some crit damage buff. But make sure if you are gonna go Pure White Trust, make sure you don't build more than 300 crit damage, because in case you guys forgot, crit damage buff does not let you exceed 350 crit damage.
You could also put them on Ice Teayu. Ice Teayu.
Yeah, Spear of Purification.
Yeah, you can put them on Spear to just, you know, nudge him up, you know, rotate or cycle him even faster to do his tricks. So there's several options in there.
I don't know about border.
Was the microphone? I swear. Hang on. This.
I'm gonna go look this up. It's a 4-star artifact, right?
Yeah, it's an event artifact. I'm trying to remember where we got that from. I know we got the microphone piece of gear, but from Miracle Made Kingdom. But where do we get the microphone?
I'm looking now myself. You got me like thinking about this. I don't see it.
It's up on my screen right now.
Days of Destiny. This was an anniversary one.
Yeah.
This was the one because you remember Tamron got the costume.
Yeah. Sorry guys, not this artifact, but this piece of gear, right? It was an anniversary check-in event. Was it a neck? It was a weapon. That's right, it was a weapon.
Yeah, it was a weapon. I mean, I remember mine rolled like just whatever. Yeah, a lot of these that I've seen have rolled like around 88 to 92 equipment score. You usually don't get much higher than that. I don't know why it doesn't roll high.
Oof. Someone got 24 speed. Somebody always gets 24 speed.
Yeah, what's his name? Did that? It was Pooty the other day in my my chat. He reset his Tory, like, you know, convenience store vest.
Yep. Because
he hated how it rolled, and then it rolled 24 speed, and I was like, cool. And then I banned him from my chat.
My take on this entire update, right? I am devastated about Brawl mode. I think they missed a chance to have something amazing here, and they did it in the worst possible way they could, and I'm very, very sad about that. Hopefully they adjust it, make it more engageable, more fun, but I can't believe they took something that was already perfect and made it objectively worse. Made it a money and an energy and Skystone grab. That's bad. The Guild War season, I'm cautiously optimistic about. There's a lot of good changes in here. I keep coming back to that the fundamentals of the mode are still the same. You're going to attack 3 towers 3 times with 3 sets of units versus 3 sets of unit. And after the shine of the art and the positioning and note-taking and stuff kind of wears off, you're going to realize that it's exactly the same thing that we've been doing. with a change to the reward structure that I hope isn't a negative for everybody. So we'll see. It will be fun fighting other servers. Maybe that'll make up for it, but I'm cautiously optimistic about this, but I'm worried it doesn't have the staying power. And there are some landmines in here that worry me. Successor Teayu, I'm a big wait and see on. Like, I couldn't be more back and forth on him. If I had to make a snap decision on him, I'm siding with Sue on this. I'm thinking he is strong but not broken, that he will be probably really good in Arena Guild Wars, and he'll be very difficult to play in RTA due to his extreme number of counters and having to, like, set up a team that's around him, but a team that will also function if he's banned. It's not the easiest walk to walk. And I just bloody hate Natalon Academy. I don't care who knows it. I think this is the worst thing to ever happen to Epic 7, and I can't wait for it to be over. And maybe on sometime in April we'll be done and never go back to high school again. The only good thing that came out of Natalon Academy is ML Hua-Young and Peirazabs.
Basically, yeah, I'm with you on that. It's just Para and Hwa-Young are hot. That's it. They're the best things to come out of it.
Where's the Luna story, or the Briar, or the Rumway Fire? Where is the Sirmia? Yeah, Sirmia and Briar story. There's
yeah,
so
we
many
actually
stories.
we talked about this. Gimmick posted when he was still with Swowgate. I think it was on November of 2023 that next week they were gonna unveil the Sirmia and Briarwitch side story.
And here we sit.
It never materialized. And then I thought about it and I was like, why didn't it materialize? Oh, right, because that was when they announced Awakened Potential.
Yeah.
So they literally had to shit can everybody, and we never got. So yeah, we never. So that's why we never got it. Including the people who
were writing that story, right?
Yeah. So it's just like, oh, that's why we never got that ML. It's because literally they fired like the whole company, like when it was supposed to come out.
Most hype thing in this entire patch: exclusive equipment. They'll actually change the game in a real and exciting way. And an epic passes are always fun. This is one of the few places where I'm going to say, hey, if you want to drop 9 or even 1800 Skystones, it's a good deal. There are few, if any, things that this game does with 900 Skystones that get you more. Yeah, and if you like the skin, if it's worth 900, you get the skin too.
Yeah, the epic pass is always worth the pickup, in my opinion.
What's this? What am I looking at here?
Yeah, this was the one. Yeah, one of the noble side of the kingdom. She was on the hunt. Yeah, this was exactly what I started. Check out the video tomorrow, right?
Chronicles of the Last Witch.
Yeah, see, I told you it was
by
November.
Gimmick.
Yeah, but
written
look at
by
the date.
Gimmick, and yeah.
Yeah, no, the first week of November of 2023. What happened in the first week of November of 2023? We announced Awakened. Well, they announced Awakened Potential. I think it was November 1st, because that was when Divine and I and Valky and Hez were at that meetup. They announced it the morning that I was leaving to go to that meetup. And I remember just like the whole time when we were on the train, like talking to each other, we're just like, what the hell is wrong with them? And then obviously like a week later, everybody got canned. So
yeah, there's only one Molagora in the Epic Pass this time around. That is true.
I love that by the way, that movie poster says that it's produced by Big A.
But skin tickets are back, so you can get skin tickets.
Yeah, there's apparently a good amount of skin tickets people were saying in this pass compared to other ones.
10.
I don't know how true that actually is, but
there's 5 here and then there's 5 here. I think there's only 10.
I'll be really, if it's only 10, that's a shockingly low amount, man. Any battle pass for any game I've ever seen always gives out like half the currency to get whatever the thing is on the pass that you had to pay the money for.
People are saying 10's the usual amount.
Yeah. So like if it costs 50 tickets to get a skin, right, it should really be 25 on the pass. You buy 2 passes, you get 1 free. That's kind of how like everybody does it. That's how every battle pass does it in a live service game. This one being buy 5, get 1 free is kind of like, what are we doing?
Awaken Ruin, the future content, we would have been better letting it through. My take, it's an L take, but you're allowed to have it.
I don't think it, I don't know.
If we let Awaken through the game's EOS by the end of the year. As it stands, the game's EOS in maybe 2 years, because they decided to kind of let Awaken through indirectly. Fine, you don't want to Awaken a potential, we will just put those skills in kits anyway.
It's
which
a
is
fascinating what if to think about now in like
Yeah.
hindsight, because like on one hand, like the road we went.
Look
the
at
one-
all the new
road-
units, Sue. Look at all the new units that came out after Awakened Potential was canned, and tell me that they aren't Awakened Potential power level.
They are like, I mean, they still went with it anyway.
I mean,
but
they
the
just
thing
did
is,
anyway,
like,
and look what happened. Look where the game's at.
no, I got you, but like I said, it's fascinating to think about, because like if we could have like taken just a little bit more time to think about, like, how could we have gotten them to implement the proposed features without the imprint pay to win bullshit? If there was a way that we could have done that, would it have been a better road than the one we went down?
Yeah.
I think about that often. I think that's just the game designer in me. Like, was there a world where this was a viable thing? Because some of the proposed things like Hunt 14 or Epic Hell difficulty Spirit Altar, those were pretty exciting things to think about, right? Or having characters that have like special, like 5-stars that are like bad, having like pseudo specialty changes. That's stuff that like I was like, you know what, that, and the purpose, the if you remember reading the dev blog, the intended purpose of giving Crow like the escort and all the like the little different changes, right, were because they realized that the core problem of balancing Epic 7 is the Zodiac like system, right? The Zodiac symbols, because Scorpio thieves are always going to be bad. So this was their way to kind of like rectify that and change things. And I was like, you know what? At least they acknowledge they know what the problem is and they're willing to fix it. But I just think they went about it in the most garbage way possible. And I often think if we could have had, if there was a middle ground, a common middle ground between the player base and SG, right? Would it have been like, what would it have been?
Yeah, I don't know. I come back to every single game that implemented 7 stars never recovered from it, and EOS typically within 1 to 3 years of implementing 7 stars, and this game would have been no different.
Yep.
It would have just been a wild ride into EOS as opposed to a slow degrade where, like, why aren't you pulling the nose up? There were so many opportunities to pull the nose back up, but they just said, you know what, we tried to kill our game with a cash grab of Awakened Potential, and you guys wouldn't have it, so we're actively trying to kill our game other ways.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it is the same conversation I had with Genazad, like back when he was still playing E7, right? And I had it with Divine also, and like Divine agrees with me. Like, game balance is just hard.
Yeah,
it's just hard. It's just hard. Like that's why I said I like to think about it often, because it's like it's just an interesting thought exercise. It's like, if you're in like SG shoes, like you're in like the designer's shoes, like, and there's a problem, like, how do you fix it? Right? Like, what way would you go about it? Right? Like the current state of E7 right now, how, if you were in charge, how would you fix it? Right?
I mean, you would probably do exactly what Smogate's doing and put it in kind of maintenance mode, keep the game going, monetize best you can, because you can't hire, you know, all the people you got to work on the unit engine. You're probably pushing into other projects. Is it really worth bootstrapping up a 5-year-old game that's kind of flatlined and on a decline, or do you just move on to other more profitable projects?
White base, that's always been my opinion. That's how I did things when I balanced the games for Bandai, but that's not a popular take.
Gonna be like, back in my day. Just
Yeah,
fix things and ignore the crybaby player base, or don't fix things and just keep making money off of the existing player base that's like, hey, it's a fine game. And it is a great game. Early and mid game, there's nothing like it out there. It's just once you get to the late and end game, it starts to fall flat on its face because the content comes too slow. Most games put out content more than, like, they put out content more than your mom put out at the prom. You get content left and right in other games, but Epic 7, man, it is slow.
Yeah, it's been, I just so we're clear, outside of Rift, which was solved in 12 hours, Epic 7
really killed me.
Yeah, so Rift was solved in 12 hours, right? And then obviously we had the Tory side story, but like, other than that, you guys haven't really had any new PvE content in, check this, 4 months. It's been a third of a year, and all you've really had to talk about is Tory's side story and 12 hours of Fene fighting Zeon.
From a content creator
Whoa.
point of view, what's your exit strategy? You got another game to play as well? All of us are. All of us are playing other games.
Currently, I play in my free time. Marvel Rivals is my like non-gotcha game that I play. I maintain E7 and keep up to date with it, and I talk regularly with members of my community about it. I play Zenless very casually. I play Nikke very casually. I am debating, and I regret saying this, but I am debating, despite the fact that I slammed it, trying Ethereum Restart when it comes out next month. Yeah, I saw Vic is playing chess.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Like, we'll see.
I'm playing Raid.
Yeah, you're playing Raid. Yeah. No, I mean,
I play the shit out of Raid, and I know, you play Nikke. You're talking about Etheria. Vic was playing Raid. I see Elf Mage playing TFT. I mean, we all kind of got side games. Yeah, I can't believe Outer Plane has announced a collab before Epic 7.
Yep.
How the fuck does that happen?
Blue Skylar, we already talked about it. The patch notes are literally translated by AI, so it's just a mistranslation. Meta. I already told Tristen. You know what? I'm actually, I can't believe I think that, like, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think Don Machi's good, and I'd be 1000% down for a Don Machi collab for Epic 7 at this point.
Who's Outer Plane collabing with?
Yeah, who are they? With, yeah, who are we collabing with, like, on Outer Plane? I would like to know who did they get? They announced a collab. Who is it? Yeah, but the thing is, Don Machi just had a collab with Counterside. That's fine, bro. Like, it happens all the time. ReZero literally collabed with E7 and then turned around and was like, we're collabing with Nikke.
Don't know yet. It just says Outer Plane's long-awaited first collaboration happening on 3/25.
Bro, watch it be Hololive. I would die.
Watch it be Epic 7.
That dude, could you imagine if in April the collab is announced that it's Outer Plane? Bro, if it's Outer Plane. If it's Outer Plane, bro, I'm just saying now. Give me that like evil girl.
Gas up the trucks, baby. We're heading to Korea.
Dude, just give me the what's that girl that ATK and Audio were showing me? She's like the evil big titty girl that basically is just power crept New Moon Luna. I looked at her kid. I was like, this is just New Moon Luna on crack. Give me that girl. I'll go find the character's name for Outer Plane.
Oh my god, the first comment. Surprise is the collab with Epic 7.
Bro, you know what? Look, I will say this. If we're collabing with Outer Plane, you can say whatever you want, but hey, at least we're going to get some big booba waifus, okay? If that's your, Car 6 will be here for it, bro. He'll say he isn't, but he will be. If he's not, bro, then he's been secretly a Maid Chloe, enjoyer all along.
Man, I almost clicked on that, Joe. Yikes. All right, guys. This went way longer than I wanted it to because daylight savings is still kicking my ass, and I got to get up in a few hours. If you are pulling for Teayu, don't wait and see. But if you are determined to still pull off for Teayu, I wish you the best of luck pulling for Teayu. I kind of hoped we would have gotten that this time around, Tashawn. I was kind of hoping we would have gotten cryptic messages and stuff. I'm a little bit surprised we don't have a preview of Sylvan Sage Vivian's skin yet. There's only 4 weeks left in the RTA season in theory. In theory, it should end April 13th. And people are like, oh, well, it'll definitely be next. Well, it has to be next week. That's the final stretch. That's their last chance to show it. Usually they show it, 4 to 6 weeks before the end, closer just after the halfway point. which makes me wonder if RTA season will wind up getting pushed back, get delayed, like it did last year, to make it so that a collab can slip into the into the final weeks of RTA. So we'll have to see, right? It might get pushed back a week. Don't know. But yeah, nothing on the Vivian skin yet. And as far as when RTA ends, on schedule would be ending on the 13th, but things can change. Guys, if you are not following I'm Sue, I don't know what you're doing with your Epic 7 life. Make sure you, let me see, where is the button here?
The shout out button.
There you go. Go give this guy a follow. Those of you on YouTube, you can click his name right there in the link and get to his YouTube channel in the title of the stream. Give that guy a follow. He's one of the hardest working people left in this game, and wealth of information and knowledge.
Yeah,
And he does some raunchy tier lists too.
yeah. You wanna watch me tier list fast food or other random stuff? Come stop by my Twitch stream. We do it pretty much once a stream. It's always a riot. We should be doing another voice acting side story reading stream with I don't know if Tristen's available, but with me and Luna and Redos. Yeah, and Redos tomorrow. And if we're not gonna do that tomorrow, then we'll just sit there and you can watch me spend endless stamina on the new Brawl mode, so you don't have to. Right.
All right, guys, it's been real. Sorry for being all doomer about it, but this update, we had a lot of really high hopes for this update, and it's leaving me wanting and worried. Hopefully, I'm just being a worrywart, and everything's going to be fine. We'll have to wait and see. And for those of you who are new and are having fun with Epic 7, welcome to, and don't let our doom posting and doom saying steer you away from this game. It's not going to EOS anytime soon. It has got years of life left in it, and it's got a better new player experience than pretty much any game I've ever played. Have fun with it. If you're here for RTA or to be on the competitive side, outside of buying an account, that's a pipe dream. You can no longer catch up or play competitively in this game as a free-to-play player or even a new player unless you swipe hard. They've made it very free-to-play unfriendly. If you don't want to spend in this game, you're not going to have success in the end game, but you'll be able to have fun in the early and mid game, so enjoy that ride. To everyone else, hopefully they listen to our feedback. Hopefully they tweak these systems and make them better. They did say that they are releasing Guild Wars in form of an alpha release, and we're going to try it out and see how it works, and I'm sure they will change it based on our feedback. Be vocal, don't be a dick, but let Smilegate know. Don't just say this sucks. Say, I don't like this, this is why, and this is what I want you to do to fix it. Okay? If you aren't offering a solution while you're complaining about a problem, you're just whining. So make sure you offer those solutions when you complain about the problems. All right, Sue, I'm done. If you got anything you want to say, promote, or get off your chest.
Hot mustard sauce at McDonald's is really good.
Wiser words have never been spoken on this podcast. Everybody, you guys have a great rest of your night. Maintenance will be over in about like 3-ish hours. So if you're staying up to pull for Teayu, I wish you luck. And everyone else, I wish you a good night. Take care, everybody.
Right. Bye-bye.